What's up, guys? It's your boy TPP, and I'm back with that true crime talk live, baby. Let's go. All right, guys. Before we jump into it, let's give it a minute and let the signal get out there. I know since I started using StreamYard, the signal a little delayed. It takes a little bit for it to get out there. It doesn't let everybody know, so we'll just give it a minute. Just give it a minute, man. Topic for this one though, man, it's a wild one, guys. We thought the whole Idaho 4 situation was wild, but this Delphi stuff, oh, holy Lord. Hi, Hindsight, it's good to see you. Julie Delt, good to see you, Mom. All right, looks like people are rolling in. Looks like people are rolling. I'll give them a little bit longer. But go ahead. Hey, BM, good to see you. Right on. Donna Clark, good to see you. Good to see you. All right. For Replay Gang, though, for Replay Gang, as I'm letting my chat roll in here. If you're on the Replay Gang, smash that like, share this replay, and yeah, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe. All right. So, topic for this one is the Delphi murders. Yo, we have to touch on it, right? Because, well, I know most people that follow me have been following this one for a while. And what's come out this week is, guys, I honestly don't even know what to think about what came out this week. I mean, I'm sure we're going to kick around the opinions and stuff as we go through these videos I got queued up. But my goodness, for everything that I don't think Idaho 4 case is, as far as conspiracy, crazy stuff like that, for everything I don't think the Idaho 4 case is, dude, is everything the Delphi case is. Oh my God. Why aren't the conspiracy theories just running like crazy with this? Like, it's way more juice in that, right? Way more juice, especially when the defense is coming out and claiming, yo, are you serious? Like, we're talking about white nationalists, supremacists that believe in Odin. Like, okay, I digress, guys. But anyways, like, what I like to do whenever we jump into something like this, I haven't really touched on in a while, or I haven't really did a live on. I want to, kind of take a look back. We're going to cover the two major press conferences throughout when it first happened to this point. Hey, Sassy7, good to see you. Oh, he's trying to make me blush. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you. But we're going to jump back into time. And I pulled up one of the videos from the press conference for 2017. So we're just going to hit that. And then I got one queued up for a little bit later. Newbie here, A1 Way Street. Well, welcome. Good to have you. So I got this one queued up. We're going to listen to this one, and then we're going to listen to another one, and then we're going to get into the juice. So we're going to get into the stuff that popped this week. I still can't believe what I'm hearing, though. I mean, God, I want to get into it, but we're gonna watch these press conferences just because they kind of just refresh us on what happened and how the evidence rolled out. I know there's a lot of stuff in between the press conferences as far as like conspiracy and hearsay and stuff that came out that wasn't supposed to, this and that. Y'all can interject at any time you want down in chat, put a question in. I'm going to pull it up. I'll stop the video. That's what I want to do on this because I literally don't know how to feel about this one, guys. I really don't. And I'm usually pretty opinionated. You guys all know that. I usually have an opinion. But on this one, I don't know. I need y'all. We all need to talk about it like we do. After every one of my lives that I've had so far, I come away just with this better clarity of the case. So, yeah. Further ado, let's jump into this first video. Let me know in chat with ones if you guys can hear it. This is that first press conference, 2017. Here we go. Let's get into it.
Why Libby? Why Abby? Why Delphi? Why Carroll County? I say that because this is a classic example and a clear example that evil lives amongst us.
This young lady's a hero. There's no doubt. to have enough presence of mind to activate the video system on her cell phone to record what we believe is criminal behavior that is about to occur.
A show of force. More than 24 police officers joined together to ask for your help to find whoever killed Abby Williams and Libby German. And we learned today.
Yo, can you imagine like where we would be on this case if she hadn't had the presence of mind to record? You know what I mean? Like, wow, it's like one of those. I feel like there's so many cases, right, where you just have like this one little miracle incident in the case, and if it wasn't for this just one little thing that happens, we don't know. You know, you don't know how it ends up. And if she hadn't had the presence of mind to record, totally different situation.
That Libby took the picture of the man who police want to question.
And she also recorded audio of a man giving instructions, possibly just.
Real quick, can I get some ones in chat, guys? Can I get some ones in chat so I know that you guys can hear this before I progress? Because I'm bad about, dude. I'll start rambling and I'll just proceed with y'all without you guys hearing it. Agree. I agree with that statement. A1. I agree with that statement. Okay, Donna Clark, I see the one. I see the one. I appreciate you. We'll proceed. We'll proceed.
Just moments before the girls were
Thank you,
murdered.
A1.
Police
BN,
released
thank
a
you.
portion of that audio. He only says a few words. Down.
Yo, it's Bees. It's good to see you, B. Man, I've been missing your sense of humor. We've been missing your sense of humor over here. You and Mr. Michigan. Pat Gaines, good to see you as well. All right. All right. Sassy, thank you for the one. I see you, ma'am. I know the volume's low. I got it maxed out. I don't have a booster or anything, so you just kind of have to roll with it. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try not to talk over it, though. That way you guys can hear it. Let's proceed.
On the hill.
And it's really hard to hear, but we want to play it for you 4 times. Listen very closely. Police want to know if you recognize this voice.
Chilling audio there. We have team coverage tonight of the search for the murderer or even murderers. Our Kevin Rader will have reaction from people in Delphi. But we begin tonight first.
Real quick. How many of you guys been following this since the beginning? How many of you guys been following this since the beginning? I want to see where the knowledge base is and everything, because I probably came in maybe 2 years ago on this. I did my due diligence on researching the best I can, but man, this is a murky one, guys. And it just got, oh man, it got muddy. It got real muddy this week. Right, A1? Definitely chills. Let's see. What are you guys saying in chat? Saying your hellos and whatnots. Okay, let's proceed. Just Jeannie Ange, good to see you, ma'am. Appreciate you being here. I'm doing a little pre-Turtle Island live. You know what I mean? Get everybody just kind of jacked, ready to go for Turtle Island tonight. I'm excited. The finale. If you're not familiar with Turtle Island, if you're watching this, it's a game show, Dolly Vision, for content creators of true crime. Go check it out. There's Dolly's plug. Let him know Gina was plugging him. But Jennifer B, good to see you too. Wow, right on, guys. Good to see everybody. Super good to see everybody. All right, let's keep rolling on this video. I want to get these videos knocked out, because I don't want to run this live super long.
With our Rich Van Wyk, who was at this morning's news conference. Rich.
Andrea, I've not seen anything like this before. So many people standing behind the state's top cop, superintendent of state police, pleading, begging for help in solving these crimes, and saying if the person or persons responsible aren't caught, it will happen again.
This is a classic example and a clear example that evil lives amongst us.
Lily German and Abby Williams saw evil coming. The cell phone Lily used to snap a last picture of Abby, she also used to collect evidence against whoever killed them.
This young lady's a hero, there's no doubt. To have enough presence of mind to activate the video system on her cell phone.
The camera captured the image of the man police believe participated in the killings, as well as many other details of the crime. Police released a few words, orders spoken to the girls probably during their abduction. 3 words.
You know, like seriously, to be able to pull that off. I know guys that would be so terrified, like if they thought that they had somebody that had the upper hand on them, like to have the presence of mind as a little girl like that to record, be like, I'm in trouble. I know I'm in trouble. I need to record this. Yeah, it was just so, if she wouldn't have, man, like I said, where would we be?
Police
Where would we be?
are enough for someone to recognize the voice of a relative, perhaps a friend.
Is it an associate? Or maybe that one guy that lives over at that one place that just kind of not right.
Police are also asking people to look past the fuzzy face of their murder suspect and focus on something perhaps familiar about his jacket, the way his shirt hangs out, or his right hand stuck into his jeans. Someone connected to the killings, investigators say, would likely exhibit drastic changes in appearance and behavior.
Did they shave their beard, cut their hair? Have they been anxious, nervous, irritable? Have they followed this case and what the media is putting out with a sense that is not normal?
I agree with that. It always seems like the ones that get taken, like in these kind of circumstances, it always seems like they had everything that it took to be a successful human being. So I agree with that statement. Definitely agree with that statement.
Dozens of FBI agents, state and local police have worked nonstop since the girls were found murdered 8 days ago. To strengthen repeated and passionate pleas for help, they are offering a reward up to $41,000 for the tip that leads them to the girls' killers.
We must keep our resolve for Libby and Abby, for this community, and frankly, to ensure that good trumps evil. And it will.
From what we understand from police, that cell phone video camera recorded many other elements of the crimes. For obvious reasons, they're not
Thank you, Jeannie Ann. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
releasing any of that. They're still trying to determine if this was a chance meeting in the woods by someone they didn't know or if they're somehow acquainted with them. They also don't know who that voice belongs to. Does it belong to the person photographed on the bridge or perhaps someone else involved with the crime? Andrea?
Okay, guys. So that was the first press conference, right? We're going to jump to the next significant one, which is it's a good amount of time, right? In between. I just want to go through these so we can kind of get the vibe, the feel from the start to where we're at now before we get into the juice, the drop this week. Scott, good to see you. Welcome. I think this is the first time seeing you in here. Thank you. I appreciate the sub. I appreciate the sub. You won't regret being here. We have a great conversation. Good deep dives. All right, guys, let's jump into the second one, the second press conference. Let me share that. Once again, one's in chat. Once I get it playing, let me know you guys can hear it.
Doug Carter, and he has taken the stand. We'll take a listen in.
The Delphi community, how grateful I am. You inspire people that you don't even understand, and you don't even understand why. Information is being released today is the result of literally thousands and thousands of hours of extraordinary investigative efforts by Delphi, Carroll County, the FBI, the Indiana State Police.
Thank you, A1. I see you. PM, thank you. I see the ones in chat. Appreciate you guys.
And countless other agencies.
Miss Darcy, good to see you.
This community surrounded us some 26 months ago. And you did everything you could to support us, but most importantly, you surrounded the family of these two little girls. Gosh, I'll never forget it. After you hear what we're going to release today, I'm going to ask for your continued support, your continued understanding, your empathy.
Yo, guys, obviously I got to stop fair use and all that, interject. But, God, I feel bad for him right now. You could feel that emotion. Like he has the hardest time with this one. This presser, it's rough on him. I feel for him on this one.
empathy and compassion as we move forward to find out who did this, and we will. We're seeking the public's help to identify the driver of a vehicle that was parked at the old CPS DCS welfare building in the city of Delphi that was abandoned on the east side of County Road 300 North next to the Hoosier Heartland Highway between the hours of noon to 5 on February 14th, 2017.
Real quick interjection, real quick. One, as far as the press conference, you know, when that information this came out, when this presser came out, you know, Richard Allen was crapping himself. You know, he had to have been, just like Koberger probably was whenever, you know, the white car situation was popping. But let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Let me catch up real quick. Pat Gaines, you didn't follow it very much. Like I said, I got into it a while back, but I wasn't one of those ones that I followed real closely just because it got like so muddy so quick. Scott, 100%. It's definitely, in my opinion, it's the best community on YouTube. I may be a little biased myself, but definitely welcoming, definitely a lot of intelligent people in here, and everybody shares their opinions without getting all weird if they don't agree with each other. It's like, everybody's adults here. It's nice. You like it. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Right, A1. It's 100%. I have a hard time holding my emotions in with these lives or even doing my premieres or my video drops. Like when I'm covering certain cases, man, I have a hard time even doing it. So having to hold it together like national news in front of your community like that, God, that would be so hard. Thank you, BM. Yes, guys, if you could share right now, if you guys can share the stream, and definitely sub if you haven't already subbed. Smash that like button. I appreciate it. Let's see what else you guys. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up in chat. I'm trying to catch up. 100% Donna Clark, friendly. Let's see what else. What else he's saying? Oh, what's B saying? I always got to check and see what B's is saying. So, I mean, right? It doesn't help. Like the buddy system will help when you're little girls and you have a grown man or more. Who knows? Hey, who knows now, right? So I agree with you. I appreciate all the new subs, guys. I appreciate it. It's awesome that you guys appreciate the vibe. We definitely stay chill. We stay mellow here. I get a little animated. I do on some of the reactions that I have on some of these videos and cases and stuff. I might get a little animated, but we all chill. Definitely. All right, guys, I'll shut up. Let's get back to this video.
If you were parked there or know who was parked there, please contact the officers at the command post at the Delphi City building. We are releasing additional portions of the audio recording from that day.
Yo, and yeah, Scott, I mean, that's bees. We have a couple people in here that have really good sense of humor, so you just gotta roll with them. They're good people though, or else they wouldn't be here.
Please keep in mind, the person talking is one person and is the person on the bridge with the girls. This is not two different people speaking. Please listen to it very, very carefully. We are also releasing video recovered from Libby's phone. This video has never before been previously released. The video shows a suspect walking on the bridge. When you see the video, watch the person's mannerisms as they walk. Watch the mannerisms as he walks. Do you recognize the mannerisms as being someone that you might know?
Luna Moon, good to see you. Good to see you. think I got everybody. I think I've seen everybody in chat. All right, let me keep going. Let me keep going.
Remember, he is walking on the former railroad bridge. Because of the deteriorated condition of the bridge,
Dom
the
Michelle, good
suspect
to
is
see
not
you,
walking
ma'am.
naturally due to the spacing between the ties. During the course of this investigation, we have concluded the first sketch released will become secondary as of today. The result of the new information and intelligence over time leads us to believe the sketch, which you will see shortly, is the person responsible for the murders of these two little girls. We also believe this person is from Delphi, currently or has previously lived here.
I mean, what do you feel as like a resident of Delphi when you hear him say that like that? Like, how you feeling? How you feeling? You've heard the descriptions, the hearsay of the scene, right? And what happened to those poor little girls. Now all of a sudden, the head dude's like, you know, he probably lives here. He's probably right here amongst us. You know what I mean? Like, dude, how you not have a damn heart attack, especially for like elderly people? Like, what? I'm sorry, guys. You know me, 4-wheel drive, baby. I get in the weeds sometimes, guys. If you're new here, I get in the weeds. We call it 4-wheel driving. It happens. Mama Chow Bell, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Right on, guys. I'm seeing a lot of my favorite people here and new people. It's a good thing. Right on. Let's proceed.
Visits Delphi on a regular basis or works here. We believe this person is currently between the age range of 18 and 40, but might appear younger than his true age.
I mean, they kind of got a little bit right on that one, right? Besides the age thing and the looks and whatnot, my boy, he never really looked that great. You know, apologize, but it is what it is. Oh, I appreciate you, Jeannie Ange. I appreciate you. I have the best mods in the game too. Just let y'all know that. I've done my research and did search wide, just far and wide for the best mods in the game, and the ranks just keep growing. Thank you. I appreciate you, mods. You guys know this 100%. John, good to see you. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the sub. Good to see you here. Come on in. Make yourself at home. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and proceed.
Directly to the killer who may be in this room.
Yo, imagine you're in that room. He drops that one. So now it's not even just the fact that you live in the, in the community, right? And you're hearing this. It's like you're actually at the press conference, and he's like literally saying, the person could literally be one of the people in the community or somebody that's in the community quite a bit, and he goes from that to like basically he could be in the room. What, bro? If you have anxiety issues, if you want some medication for anxiety, you about to have a straight up anxiety attack or a stroke or something, bro. Like 100%. I mean, I would have.
We believe you are hiding in plain sight. For more than 2 years, you never thought we would shift gears to a different investigative strategy, but we have. We likely have interviewed you or someone close to you. We know that this is about power to you. And you want to know what we know. And one day, you will.
Look at him, man. You see him looking. He's looking around, man. He's looking around to see how people are reacting. I guarantee he's trying to look at every man's face in that room to see how they're reacting. And I bet you every other law enforcement officer in that room is doing the same thing. That part, I mean, obviously this is scripted, right? This all has to be scripted, especially that part. Like, that wasn't by accident. They're trying to get a response. Because at this point, you could sense the frustration. It's like they got this video, they got a lot of stuff that just don't have enough, right? So yeah, you can feel it though. You can feel the emotion. What am I missing in the chat? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat real quick. All right, this statement right here, A1. I love it when I get feedback like that with new subscribers roll in and they feel welcome like that, because that's what we're trying to do here, is we try to stay factual as for the most part, you know what I mean? We speculate a little bit off the facts, but no matter what your opinion is on anything, we want you to be able to come here and give your opinion. That way we can all look at things differently and really, clarify our opinions and our ideas on things. Like I'm telling you, after every live we had, like I come away with a better idea of things on that particular topic. Let's see, what else? BM, I appreciate that. Nah, you all rock. I'm just here talking in front of the video camera. You know what I mean? That's all I'm doing. The community is what makes everything. The community is everything. Let me see. "100% sassy discussion without judging." No, A1, definitely. Look, I don't really like to do the drama here. When something bad happens in the true crime community, I'll touch on it. I do it in a way where I just speak about the behavior. I don't really like to talk about content creators. So I won't shy away from covering like something that needs to be covered and addressed. But all in all, there's no drama here. And I've been attacked by multiple people now. Multiple other creators have attacked me, but I just don't. I don't feed into it. Like you're attacking me because you're jealous. You can't make content. Like you can't build a community. So we just avoid it. And if they show up here in the chat, like I said, I have the best mods in the game. My mods are watching chat. They're making sure all the conversation is good. So yeah, best community, hands down. I'll shut up, guys. I'm sorry. You know how it goes. Criminal Med, good to see you. Good to see you.
A question to you. What will those closest to you think of? They find out that you brutally.
A1, I'm trying. You can, if you go back and watch my videos and stuff, I preach about that, like trying to like change our community. Like we really don't need the negativity, all the BS. We just don't need it. Like if you want to have that, create another channel, go hit the drama. There's plenty of other communities that do drama, like comedy, the martial arts community. There's a lot of them. Just take it over there.
Murdered 2 little girls, 2 children. Only a coward would do such a thing. We are confident that you have told someone what you have done, or at the very least, they know because of how different you are since the murders.
That's another thing too. It's like, if you had a family member that did that, would you even think to notice the changes in that family member? Really, like most of us would like, I don't think most of us would assume like it was our family member that did that. So it's like even changes around that time could just seem like natural phases, a natural change. Sometimes my beard, I got the full on, facial hair. Man, sometimes I'll be looking like this, and then next day you'll see me and it's all off and I look like 5 years younger. I look like a totally different dude. So it just kind of seasonal for me. So those changes wouldn't necessarily mean anything. I don't know, but I digress. Yo, look at the frustration and emotion, man. You gotta feel for him.
We try so hard to understand how a person could do something like this to two children. I recently watched a movie called The Shack.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I did a little research on the shack, and it kind of fits some of the conspiracy theories, the storyline of it all. It's pretty bad. If you haven't looked into it, look into it. But it's pretty dead on with some of the things that we're assuming about this case. And I say assuming because, dude, I don't know what to believe anymore. But that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Cha-Cha, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Trying to multitask while cooking. Well, hey, if, I love, anytime I'm doing chores, I love to have a podcast on. So if I can fill that void, awesome. Let's keep going, guys.
And there's also a book that talks so well about evil, about death, and about eternity. To the murderer. I believe you have just a little bit of a conscience left.
Yo, he's so mad. Oh, he is mad, guys. You can see it. He mad. He goes from you could tell choking back that them tears, that type of feel, to just angry, want to punch a hole in something angry.
And I can assure you that how you left them in that woods is not what they're experiencing today. To the family.
Hey, one, I agree with you. I to hold it together, like I said, man, I have a hard time holding together on some of these videos. So to hold it together when you're in charge of finding out what happened to these little girls, I mean, you're emotionally invested, right? I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being in that position. My hat's off, dude. Like I said, I'm a supporter of law enforcement. I know there's bad apples and whatnot, but men like this, man, you got to get behind them, doing their damn best.
I hope that you all will give them some time, because we're going to be asking that there's no media inquiry or no media response for at least the next 2 weeks, and I hope you understand why. The family found out about this information this morning. I just want the family to know that when I take my last breath on this earth, I'll be thinking of them. There's going to be a tremendous amount of questions. I know that. Never in my career have I stood in front of something like this.
It's heavy, man.
Please,
it's so heavy, guys.
Be patient with us, please. We're just beginning. We are just now beginning. And I can tell you on behalf of the sheriff and the police chief,
Sassy, you better be good, Sassy. Or you start drama, Sassy. You start drama places. I didn't hear about it. Nobody told me about it, so I don't know. I don't even know if I believe you.
so many other partners that have stood with us over this period of time, that we will not stop.
Oh, I bet you were. Miss Sassy.
I just unveiled the person that we believe responsible for the murder of these two little girls.
Yo, come on, guys. Seriously, that first sketch was booty. But at the same time, was it booty? Right? Because it's it's not that great if you compare it to Richard Allen. But it's man, with what we're hearing this week, if there were more people involved, that could have been somebody else that was involved, right? It's just, man, I'm telling you, this next video, we get into the juicy stuff that dropped this week. It's crazy, man. This one's crazy. What do you guys say in the chat? Let's see. All right, you guys all talking about that drama. Okay.
So I invite media to take a look at that now. Kim. We're also going to show you a video not previously released that superintendent spoke to, and also the audio that's additional to what's been previously released. It's only a slight change in it. So give Sergeant Riley just a second as he gets that up and ready.
That's so eerie, man. It's so eerie knowing that. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me one. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Apologize. Had to help my cousin out real quick. Okay, let's see what you got. What I miss in chat, though? What I miss in chat? To think this scum developed the family's photos documenting their grief breaks my heart. Yo, that's deep right there, guys. That's deep. Think about that, man. Because even with the information that has come out, I still believe that he did this. I don't know if there's more people or not. I haven't come to that conclusion yet, but I truly do believe he's the one that did this. So just think about that. Like that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. Like working in the pharmacy, working around the photos, like literally just seeing the families coming and going, like crazy. I know, right, Jennifer B? Absolutely devastating. All right, guys, let's go ahead and finish this up. Let's get this one finished.
Stand by for the video, please.
Criminal Med, I agree with you. I believe that's why he's in the condition he's in right now. I truly do. But we'll see. I don't know, man. It's so crazy. The new stuff that's coming out. I read the stuff, right? I read it. We're going to watch a video, right? We're going to watch a video. I feel like it's good talking points for it. That's going to cover some of the information, at least the juicy stuff. That and like to read all those papers, like I can't do that up here, bro. That ain't happening. I can't do that. I don't have that kind of time. It would take multiple lives to do it justice. So let's see what else we got. Yo, I agree with that. 100%. See, over here, for all the new people, I'm kind of an eye for eye kind of guy. So there ain't too much you're going to say about somebody that I believe is guilty that's going to offend me. Let's see what else. Right, Pat? I was thinking the same thing. They got a lot of stuff right, just not that age part. That was kind of like, I don't know. That was like, instead of shooting a regular, bullet, like shooting a shotgun, just getting that spread, hoping you hit something. What else you guys saying? I don't know, Sassy. Sick individuals can pull off some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Think about it. I mean, this dude was a father. He did that and was a father. Continued to be a father afterwards. You're definitely going to hear plenty of thoughts on. We always got plenty of thoughts over here. Tennessee sweetheart, good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Another one of the people that always seems to know everything about every case I cover for sure. All right, guys, let's finish this up. I'm sorry, apologize.
There is no sound of the video.
Hey, Steph V, good to see you.
As Superintendent Carter mentioned, he is on the railway bridge. You have to take different steps to get to it. This information later this afternoon will be on the State Police website. For the community that's here, we have 100 copies of the news release. If you put in that URL, you'll be able to get to that site to play it. And we also have that same release for you in the media. And the rest of the state will get that release in about 15 minutes. So we appreciate those of you that came here. This concludes our announcement. Thank you for your time, patience, and courtesy.
All right, guys, that's it on that video. So it's kind of like, it was a little bit of a refresher, right? A little bit of a refresher, at least on the progression of the case. It's been slow, obviously. I mean, how long has this been going on? Like, it's been a crazy ride. Let me pull up this next video and we'll get into it. We'll try to progress through it faster too. I don't want to keep you all here that long today. Yesterday was like 3+ hour live. I don't know how you guys like those longer lives. I don't know what's too long right now for all my subscribers. Do y'all like the 1.5 hour, the 2.5, 3 hour lives, 3+? What do y'all like? You guys gotta let me know on that stuff. All right, let's pull this one up. What are you guys saying in the chat real quick? Thank you, Hindsight. I know. I got manners. I have manners. I might not have the best vocabulary at times, but I definitely have manners. So, right, Criminal Man? How does his daughter feel? I don't think anybody really would want to know how that feels. But there are daughters out there that know that feeling. That's for sure. Let's see what else you guys saying. Depends on the day in the case with me. All right, guys, let's jump into this one. So this one's going to get into the juice, right? So this one's like, we can get into the sacrificial stuff, the Odinist stuff, the whole nine. So one's in chat. Once I get rolling, let me know that I'm not mumbling and to nothing and you guys can't hear it. So one's in chat, let me know.
It was a mystery that broke the hearts of two families, terrified a small community, and touched the world. The murders of two.
Okay, so Peas, you missed yesterday. I know, man. Peas, I think you've missed 2 lives, to be honest with you, and it kind of broke my heart. I was expecting the comedy, the wit. And you know what? Mr. Michigan's been missing too. So, yeah, you guys were missed. But longer lives, right? You guys like longer lives? I see the ones in chat as well. Appreciate you guys. Okay, so like I said, Tennessee Sweetheart literally, I think, is deep dive every true crime case we could throw at her. That doesn't surprise me. I'm glad you're here then, because you'll be able to bring stuff up that I won't even remember. So let's see what else you guys are saying in chat. I see the ones in chat as well, guys. Appreciate you. Let's see. You put Mr. Michigan in a basement, B? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Man, he's been trying to make me jealous, though. He's been trying to make me jealous with all his fish pictures. He linked up with me on Facebook, and this dude's been posting fish pictures, and I'm just like, bro, I can't go fishing right now out here in Cali. It's just not an option at the point in time. And you got to keep posting these pictures, bro. You're killing me. Let's see what you're saying, Don Michelle, those 2 girls. Right? No, I agree with that statement, Don Michelle. 100% agree with that statement. I agree. Right? Tennessee yesterday was dude. I feel like anybody that missed out on yesterday's live, please go back and watch it. You missed out. If you want some good Idaho 4 content, if you want to see it wasn't an orchestrated deep dive, but it was pretty much a deep dive, right? Because the amount of questions and stuff that we impose to each other during yesterday's live on Idaho 4. I don't know about y'all, but the people, I have one person that was there that already got back to me, Roger, and he said that he rewatched the last 45 minutes because he had a breakaway, but he reiterated that same thing, Tennessee Sweetheart. He was like, dude, that live was awesome. That was awesome live. So if you all missed yesterday's live, it was lit. It was a good time. Like, great conversation. I think a lot of people came away with more clarity, maybe questions answered, or maybe they got more questions. I don't know, but everybody seemed to have a great time. Let's see, what else you guys saying? What are you saying? Thank you, Bees. Honestly, thanks for saying that as well. Not so much, you don't have to apologize. Don't worry about that. But if you guys could check your notifications, because YouTube's weird like that. Every once in a while, you got to like do that whole unsub, sub, hit the notification bell, or just reset your notification bell to make sure you're getting updates. All right, what else we got in here? Yeah, guys, I'm seeing you guys saying you need to go watch it. Yeah, I implore you, if you want some Idaho 4 good conversation, that yesterday was it. I won't be the last either, because my whole plan is to like really get us ready for that trial once it's here. All right, let me see what else you guys are saying. Sorry, guys. Chat, I'm trying to keep up with chat. Trying to keep up. Let's go back. You're forgiven, Bees. Go back and watch it for sure, though. See Criminal Med, right? That was good conversation yesterday. Yeah, A1. It was a good live. Yesterday was a really good live. I know, Jennifer B. I don't know what's up with YouTube. The same thing happens to me with the lives. The notifications like way delayed. It's ridiculous. Let's see. I'm trying, Bees. I'm trying. You don't know about the high school I graduated from. You gotta trust me. Don't hold it against me. Thank you, Criminal Man. Thank you. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna try my best to be that type of content creator. I don't want to get to the point where it's like I'm not reading anything. Like, I'm just sitting up here like, listen to this. This is what I think. I don't really care what you think, unless you drop a super chat. I don't want to be like that. We're gonna stay connected, guys. Thank you, Jeannie Ange. I appreciate you. Thank you, A1. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate all criticism, positive, negative. Let me know either way. I take it all in. I know, Don Michelle, there's a few channels that I'm subscribed to that the same thing happens. I don't get that. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, because that kind of bugs me. It kind of bugs me whenever you have a content creator like. I understand at some point you're not gonna be able to keep up with everybody. I get that, but like, to not acknowledge chat enough, it drives me crazy. It almost feels like narcissistic. Just like, I'm just going to talk at the camera, tell you, yeah, I just can't get down with it. But you're welcome, Miss Sassy. Appreciate you. Y'all are so funny too. All right, guys. All right, let's jump into it.
Two young girls, Abby Williams and Libby German. The case became known as the Delphi Murders. The setting, a small Indiana town of just 3,000 people. On February 13th, 2017, Libby and Abby went hiking. The two teenagers were good friends and had the day off from school. The weather was unseasonably warm, but when Libby and Abby did not show up when they were supposed to get picked up, their families began to worry, and they began to search. Then, the next day, the bodies of these two girls were found, both victims of murder. Then, over the course of the next 5+ years, there were no answers, no arrests, just a series of disjointed clues, like two sketches that looked nothing alike. A video.
Yo, man, like, So that's really bothered me for the longest time. Those sketches have bothered me for the longest time. I'm sure Tennessee, if she's still in here, guarantee she has something to say about it. But the sketches bothered me for a long time up until this week. Because if there's like any truth to like the stuff that got dropped this week, I'm not saying he didn't do it, but like if somebody helped him and witnesses saw two different people give two different, like I'm just saying the two sketches make more sense if some of this is true. But the sketches definitely have bothered me. Thank you, Jeannie Ange. I appreciate it. Yeah, that Miss Sassy. I love your sassiness. You don't beat around the bush, ma'am. I love it. Okay, so you as well? Like, I'm telling you, the sketch situation it bothered me. But now, like, there's all kinds of new stuff to bother me, so the sketch really doesn't matter too much. Yeah, right? Pat Gaines, I saw your comment. Like, yes, small town. Like, small town. That's what makes it even more, like, just freaky, creepy, and unsettling. And this new information coming out makes things even worse. It's crazy.
Video of the suspected killer and a short audio recording of his voice.
Tennessee, I have some like ideas about why. I have some ideas, but it's all defense, right? It's all defense on why this is coming out now, in my opinion. I think that after he confessed, I think that it changed the whole dynamics of the situation for defense. So now it's like they got to like try to sensationalize it to create doubt that it was either him or doubt that it was him by himself, if that makes sense. That's at least what I'm starting to think, Tennessee. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's where I'm at with it. I at least at right at this point until things get more defined. Yo, bees. Exactly, right? You guys don't even need me to talk to y'all. Y'all got bees. And like when Mr. Michigan comes out the basement that bees got locked in, I guess, double trouble. Like it's common. You guys don't even need me. Don't even need me. Very creepy. Totally creepy, guys.
Then things got even stranger when police said they were looking for anyone connected to an Anthony Schatz social media account, which was not.
Yo, that's not Keegan Klein, guys. I don't know what to tell y'all, but that definitely ain't no Keegan Klein at all. Not even close.
Connected to the male model in the photo.
I don't even think dudes that look like that probably even live in that town. You know what I mean?
Photos, but connected to this man who was arrested for child porn. Then came the arrest of Richard Allen for the murders of the girls, someone who was not on anyone's radar. Now tonight, for the very first time, we get some insight into Allen's defense and what he says really happened to Abby and Libby.
Yeah, thank you, Pat Gaines. I appreciate that. Man, I love the fact that not only do we have like some of the best, deepest discussions in here, just dissecting things, y'all have the best sense of humor. Like everybody in chat always has the best sense of humor. It's the best. I haven't even covered that, Tennessee. I haven't even got to get to that point yet. Like I'm more stuck in this whole, all the people involved, like all the names that were dropped. Like it's just insane. Like we're talking about things that don't even make sense either. We're talking about white nationalists that are Odinists that sacrificed little white girls. None of it makes sense. In my opinion, what I feel like is happening is that during this whole investigation, just ride with me on this, guys. I know we're about to four-wheel drive. Ride with me. I feel like during this investigation, prosecution they probably unearthed some crazy crap that's going on out there, right? Now, whether that stuff's involved with what Richard did. They may not even be connected, but just because it's unearthed and it was investigated, defense can claim, yo, you guys found this, but you didn't investigate into it. And look at like these things at the murder scene, like these are signs, these are runes. So I feel like it's defense doing their best to come up with something sensationalized to help, I don't know, lessen the impact on their client, because he's already confessed, right? So it's like he's not gonna have a good time going back on that. But they can at least lessen it and be like, well, he was forced to do it. It was some type of initiation. Like there's all kinds of things they could say off of this, right? So from what I've taken from it all, that's where I'm at with it. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but that's where it is with me.
Ritualistic killing committed by members of a paganistic religious cult. Tonight, we take a look at this unexpected, shocking twist as we continue to investigate the Delphi murders.
I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This next hour, totally unexpected, completely out of left field. Something no one here at Court TV, no one on this program was anticipating. Today, for the first time, getting some more of the details associated with the murders of Abby and Libby. Let's remember, this case went unsolved for 5 years. More than 5 years. And it was heartbreaking, but it was frustrating. It seemed like this was a case that could be solved. Small town, not a lot of people in and out of the area where these murders took place. You had some witnesses who saw things. You had evidence that was left at the scene. You had people who were there and people who said that they were there. But it took more than...
Tashi, good to see you. Always good to see you, Tashi. Welcome to the fun. Let me go back there. Let me see what Sassy's saying. I missed that. Let me see what Sassy's saying. I'm in a very small town. One red light, one gas station, 2 stores. I caught it. Nice, Sassy. Hell yeah. With the name like Sassy, I mean, I don't even doubt it. I don't even doubt it. All right, let's keep rolling, guys.
5 years. Now, they investigated several different theories here because anytime you look at this case, there's very suspicious people with some connection to these 2 girls, including a child pornographer. You've got another man who's got a questionable past. His property is close to where everything is found, but lies about where he was on the day and the times of the murder.
Bro, he's saying all this stuff so casually, but think about how many rabbit holes each one of these little topics sent us down, right? When I was late to this one, right? I'm not like Tennessee or some of you other, chatters. Y'all probably been on this from the beginning, right? When I jumped into it, like I was trying to play catch up, and I swear, man, every rabbit hole, it was insane. And he's just casually talking about it. Like, bro, you talking about headache after headache trying to follow this thing.
Murders. So you had things that seemed like obvious places to go, but it was frustrating, but it was confusing at the same time because then we had a video of the actual killer, but they couldn't. And then they had sketches. Well, if you have a video of the killer, why do you need sketches? And then there were 2 sketches, and they looked nothing alike. And then all this hubbub about some social media profile that they were very interested in, and none of it made any sense. There was no connecting the dots to all these things, but it seemed like there was a lot of information, enough to solve the case. And then Richard Allen appears on the scene. And all of us who've been covering this case and looking at every piece of information that was.
Can I have to stop it for fair use anyways. Let me impose a question on you guys. And I remember, right, when this popped off, right, when we all found out, hey, they got him and this is the guy. How many of you guys believe that they had the right guy? How many? Give me some ones in chat. Give me some ones in chat if you guys believe that they got the right guy when it first popped off. You don't have to believe it now, but when it first, we were like, yeah, that's him. Give me some ones in chat if you believe that was him. Sassy 1. Okay. I mean, he looked like one of the sketches. He fit the bill to me. And then like we saw the affidavit and all that stuff. It was just, man, I was pretty sure like this is the dude. And then it made me like forget about all the other crazy rabbit holes we went down. And now we have this. Just like Tennessee said, you think we're at a spot where everything is figured out, everything's kosher. We're going to have the trial eventually, and justice is going to be served, right? And then this week happens, and just all hell is broke loose. And the things I've heard people say already, like, I know it's already crazy what defense is claiming, but it's like what people have taken with that and ran with already, dude, you can't even. Some people need to be writers in LA, not content creators on YouTube, because they should be writing scripts in LA. Screw the writer strike, man. You all have jobs there, man, because the stuff you guys come up with just a little bit of details that aren't even verifiable, it's insane to me.
It's made public. Said, well, who's this guy? Where did he come from? Apparently the local CVS. But then as we went through the pages of some of the affidavits, we learned that this is someone who was there that day and told a member of, I guess it was law enforcement. It wasn't necessarily the people who were investigating the crime, but somebody connected to the park system, that he was there that day. Like immediately said he.
Yo, and like, what kind of mistake is that? What? Yo, what kind of mistake is that? It's insane. That was one of the things that, like, when this all came out, we're like, we got him. Here's the information. This is how we caught him, because we went back and looked at stuff, and it was actually, he was interviewed and we missed it. You know, like it just wasn't reported on properly, you know, this and that. Like, say what? Say what? Hands down, one of the craziest cases going on right now.
He was there. And then you look at him, and then you look at the guy in the bridge, and you say, well, kind of the same build. Maybe we should follow up with this guy. But they didn't, until they took another look at the file after 5 years and then said, oh, maybe we need to look at this guy again. And then connected him allegedly to the scene through ballistics.
I will say this too about the ballistics is, yeah, it's weak. It's weak, guys. The science on that stuff is weak. In a trial, it's not necessarily always that strong. So I'm having a problem with that one. I'm not saying that it wasn't there. It's just convincing a jury that that's a legit connection, even with like, you know, professional witnesses. It's going to be hard to do. I don't really like it.
An unshot casing that came out that's found at the scene, a bullet that's found at the scene, that they can connect to a gun that he owns. That's how they're going to connect him. Plus eyewitness testimony, plus the video on the bridge. That's how they're going to try to prove that he's the one that did it. But today, like I said, unexpected, out of left field, 130 pages worth of information in just one of the filings that was released.
Yo, those papers are staggering. I was struggling trying to get through that stuff. Like, as I was getting through it too, I was like, there's no way I'm covering that today. There's no way. There's no way I'm reading this today. I was like, I got to find somebody else that kind of just cut to the chase and got to the good part. So that's why we're watching this, because we all on a schedule anyways. Turtle Island's going down tonight. right, guys? Thank you, Jeannie Ange. Appreciate the support, guys. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Yeah. No, there's after this week, there's a lot of things I'm questioning. Criminal Med, there's a lot of things I'm questioning. I'm right there with you, Bees. I'm right there with you. Well, yeah. It's so hard to even have an opinion on that. Honestly, I don't know. I need more stuff to come out. I need to know why they didn't proceed with investigating this whole Odinist thing. Like I said, in my opinion, it probably really didn't have a connection. They just uncovered it during investigations. So there may not have been a connection with them and Richard Allen. But like I said, defense, anything they hear about, they can use it to question or create doubt. That may be what this is, or there may be truth to it. There might be connection to these Odinist people and Richard Allen. It's just all crazy. It's so crazy. Right? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Publicly before it was then subsequently sealed from the defense. And the defense is laying out all the information. And the headline in all of this, which we're going to deal with first, is that they are pointing the finger in a very specific direction as to who's responsible for this, and it's not Richard Allen. It's some sort of a religious.
Real quick, though. Real quick. I don't know who else read the papers already, all this new information we got. I don't know how many of you guys read it, but I had a hard time where defense says he didn't do it. There's no like claim of pure innocence, at least not what I read. I mean, I could have missed it. I'm not perfect, but it seems like, I don't know, like they're just muddying the waters more and implying more so that maybe he had help and he was a part of something that he didn't necessarily design or, set up. I don't know, guys. But we'll see.
Just sect/cult that follow Odinism. And it was a sacrifice. Wow. And they also released in the 130 pages, and we'll go through some of it tonight, what the scene was described like. And they
Okay, so for me, when I first heard this, guys, I was like, what the hell? I've heard of some serious out there defense strategies, but what is going on? Like, and are all the rumors, the rabbit holes true that we've had to deal with over the years and years of this case going? And then my next thought was like, my Lord, those poor parents, if they didn't really know about this being a possibility or anything about this, and all of a sudden now everything's being rehashed as like this legit ritual sacrifice, like those poor parents, like what the hell? Like the poor families. It's freaking heartbreaking.
submitted pictures, but those have not been released publicly. But they describe what happened to Abby and Libby and how their bodies.
So Criminal Med, you read it too? That's what I'm saying. I didn't see it anywhere where they said he didn't do it. They're just implying that other people had something to do with it. So it's like, are they setting this up for a defense of like, he was forced to do it? He was manipulated into doing it? Like for some, I don't know, like I said, initiation, like, I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it feels almost like they're laying foundation for some type of wild defense. That's what it feels like. And the foundation they're laying may not even have anything to do with Richard. Like, that's the crazy part about it all, is like, we have no legitimate, like, way of saying that he was connected to any of this crazy stuff that exists out there. I'm not saying the stuff don't exist out there. I'm just saying there's no way of connecting him per se. It's so wild, guys. Let me see what you guys are saying in chat. I'd be up here rambling too much. Right? Okay. I could believe. Okay, that's a valid statement. Valid statement. I agree with that, B. I agree with that. I feel like that's part of the problem. Is I feel like there's a lot of good people there. I just don't feel like they were equipped for it. I feel like there was passion there. I mean, you can't watch those press conferences and not feel the emotion, right? But I don't think they're equipped for it at all. No. Good point, Tennessee. Good point. Let's see what else y'all saying. I don't think they. Yeah, I agree with you, Sassy. I don't think they could handle it correctly either. So much just is not right about this one. Yeah. Okay. So y'all seem like you're with me on this. Like, the document doesn't read hey, our client's innocent. It reads there's other people involved. That's what I took from it. Yep. Way over their head. I know. I agree with you, Jennifer B. I feel like it's a reach. I feel like it's a reach. I really do. But like I said, I feel like they're laying foundation for a defense. It might be a crazy defense, but I feel like at this point, when your client confesses to his wife, your client didn't confess under duress to, an interrogation. Like, you confessed to your wife, and granted, he's trying to claim, I guess, that he was being threatened by officers inside that are part of this Odin thing. It's so nuts, guys. It's so crazy. Yeah. Like I said, man, all the people that are over in the Idaho 4 case that are creating all the conspiracies, all the nonsense that, like, literally that case is it's fairly cut and dry. For the most part, right? It's fairly cut and dry. This one, dude, has all the ingredients for good conspiracy, and they ain't over here. They need to be over here on this case, writing on this case, not over there on the other case. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Sure, the bees. There's no argument there. No argument there, bees. Good deal, Pat. Hopefully, it's good. Yeah, like I said, I think it was. I don't think it was a factor for 5 years. I don't think criminal men. I don't think it was a factor for 5 years because I feel like the defense didn't think their client was going to crack. Well, I shouldn't say the defense because we didn't know he was the guy until now. But I feel like they didn't bring it up really until this point because he cracked, man. He cracked. He confessed. So they got to pull something out. That's just my opinion, though. That's where I'm at with it. It's the only thing that makes sense for them to bring up all this crazy nonsense. Yeah, no, that's what I was hearing too. A1, that's what I was hearing too. But is it true or is it just defense saying that just to lay some foundation with this whole crazy Odin thing? Yo, what? Some Philly cheesesteak and mac and cheese? What the heck? You killing me, Pat Gaines? Oh, I'm hungry now. I did a crazy workout today, man. That sounds delicious. My Lord. What were we talking about? I forgot what we got. What were we talking about, guys? I'm starving now. Yo. Let's continue.
Were found, and the description does seem very ritualistic. And we had heard murmurs about that. But now, for the first time, the defense in their motion that they filed and the evidence that they're trying to use to support it are calling on all the stuff from the investigation that they say, wait a minute, all of this was happening. There was an investigation into this religious cult or sect and the people involved in that.
So another thing too, real quick, is like a lot of times when you see defense doing something, right, they're using a certain alibi or they're going in a certain direction with it. it kind of tells you what the prosecution has, and vice versa, right? If you think about it, like the way the whole chess game works. So defense bringing all this crazy stuff out that they got out of discovery, right? Them bringing all this crazy stuff out. Did they do it because they're going for that long shot, like I just described, where I feel like they're just going for a freaking Hail Mary? They're like, we should have come up with something crazy, and hopefully it sways a juror or two, and it goes our way. Was it because of that, or was it because prosecution has all this evidence, and maybe they do have him linked to this organization, and they know that he did a ritualistic sacrifice for his initiation? Was that what prosecution has? We don't know, right? Because of the gag orders and whatnot. But it's like there's two different ways to look at it. It's like, is it a Hail Mary by defense, or is it defense working with what they know prosecution is going to come with? Those are our two options I'm looking at, guys. The more I think about it, the more my brain's like doing the thing. I don't know if you guys agree with that, or if that even makes sense to you guys, but that's where I'm at with it. Jeannie Ange, I appreciate you. Thank you. 28 of y'all in the room. If you guys could smash that like, share the live, I'd appreciate it. A replay gang, if you made it this far, y'all, you rock, guys. I love hearing from the replay gang. And a lot of you guys that show up live, you guys hit back in the replay gang too. Man, I love it. The more I get to hear from you guys, the better. Let's see, what else you guys saying? Pat, do you do fronts? That's what I'm saying, Pat. Yo, do you deliver? You probably ain't close to me, though. The Philly cheesesteak sounds so good. Let's see. Chris Owens, sorry, I didn't see you. Good to see you here. That's a new name, I believe. I don't think you've been here before. Good to have you. Have the cops or prosecution responded about this document? I don't know. I don't know about that, Chris. Let's see. And it doesn't look like anybody else is popping in chat with the answer. Let's see what else you guys are saying. You can just Sassy7, those documents, you could just do a general Google search and you can find them. Let's see. I have to run, but I'll finish later. Right on. All right, A1, good to see you. Have a good evening. Hope to see you come back. I think they went through every single document and circled anything they could pull out of context. You're probably right, Criminal Med. That makes sense. Let's see, what else? Little alter. Did anyone hear about the... No. Well, okay, so it's off topic, but what's up with this new law? I like to know new things. What are we talking about here, bees? Oh, you're welcome, A1. What are we talking about? New law in Illinois, bees. Fill me in here. What's up? Let me know before we proceed with this video. You're probably trolling me, aren't you? B, are you trolling me? There's probably no new law. Probably trolling me. Yo, Pat Gates, yo, I'm a beef fan myself. I'm pretty much any kind of meat type of guy myself. I'm carnivore. All right, well, I'm gonna roll with this until Bees goes ahead and posts with this new law.
And it was never followed up. And there's members of law enforcement, 3 specific members of law enforcement, who continued down that road and were upset that they weren't following that road.
Okay, wait a what? Okay, you can't really. That's interesting. That's interesting. That changes the dynamics for some people, doesn't it? Much appreciation to your pops. Y'all are funny, man. I love y'all in chat. You guys are the best.
But now here we are. Richard Allen is accused of doing all of this by himself. The defense says he did not, and then they're pointing the finger tonight. So what we're going to do in the next hour is go through some of these allegations. We're going to be on this all week. because there's a lot to go through from a lot of different levels. But
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole reason I didn't want to read that crap. You know what I mean? If I was to read that, guys, I'd basically be like, all right, guys, for the next 3 to 4 days, we all going to show up and you all going to listen to me stumble through reading this crap, stop, get sidetracked a million times. So I was just like, nah, we got to cover it quick. Let's just cut out the fat, man. I'm telling you, that document is long. I would go read it. I'm not saying don't read it. Go read it, definitely, if you want to really be clear on things. As clear as you can, because it's a murky document. It's like almost reading a book almost at this point. Like, it's a crazy story. So what do you guys say in the chat before we proceed? Thank you, Jeannie Ann's, for keeping it peaceful. Thank you for being an awesome mod, Jeannie. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my mods. I got the best in the game. Best in the game, 100%.
let's begin with this allegation that this religion has something to do with what happened to Abby and Libby, or everything to do with.
I didn't take speed reading criminal med. We're just lucky if I can get through the paragraph, all right? So
what happened to Abby and Libby. So this is from the defense motion that they filed in court. Take a look. Members of a pagan Norse religion called Odinism. Now, this is key, I think. Hijack.
Yo, real quick, this is not important, but it is crazy to me. It's baffling to me how many people aren't familiar with all this Norse pagan Odin stuff. Yo, like, Vikings have been popping off and popular for what, the last 5-6 years plus, right? Plus, like Vikings and this and that. How are people not familiar with what this comes from? Like, people are conflating this with Satanism and stuff, and I'm like, dude, Satanism and this whole Odinism, this North mythology, this North, belief system, like, they're two totally different things. They're completely different things. And then the whole Odin thing getting mixed with this whole nationalist thing is insane. Like, it just, none of it makes sense. It doesn't. That's why I feel like it's defense just throwing a Hail Mary.
Act by white nationalists. So they're pointing the finger at white nationalists who, according to the defense, hijacked this religion for their own purposes. Odinism. Ritualistically.
Yo, peace, you too much. TRPP, I'll let you whisper all the docs in my ear while I rest. It would be very sweet of you. That's members only content, B. We got to get monetized over here. Get the memberships going. Maybe I'll offer that on one of the tiers. Just playing. Or am I? Am I? You never know. You never know. I got jokes too, B. I got jokes too.
Sacrificed Abigail Williams and Liberty German. That is the headline.
Lily, good to see you.
Odinism is the pagan religion referenced above, and its followers are called Odinites. Odinists are enamored of Viking Nordic culture. Evidence supports that at the crime scene. These murdering Odinites left behind obvious signatures, symbols in the forms of runes. These runes were formed with sticks fashioned with tree branches and painted using the blood of Liberty German. This is sick stuff, folks.
Bro, like, I'm telling you right now, too, check it out. Check it out. I've seen, people's renditions of the murder scene, right? And I've seen what they're talking about with the branches and this and the blood on the tree and all that stuff. And I'm not saying it's not possible. It could be possible. Who knows? It could be possible. But if this is completely made up by defense, if this is all completely just fictionalized by defense because they found some type of something prosecution had found that's not connected to any of this. So this is all completely fictional. How freaking screwed up is it for the family, for the families to hear this? They're hearing this. Like, this isn't, it's too much, man. It's too much. breaks my heart for him.
This is sick. Sticks and tree branches were deliberately, carefully, and proficiently placed on each girl in a certain arrangement, mimicking certain runes. At least one of the branches appeared to have its end cut off cleanly by some type of tool like an electric saw, providing proof of a preconceived plan. Additionally, the blood of Liberty German was used as the paint to mark a tree with a rune that looks similar to the letter F. With a simple
Look, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't buying that part. I'm having a hard time buying it. I really am. I've seen, like I said, I've seen diagrams, and the branches could be, I mean, they could be simply an attempt to cover up their bodies, right? And then I've seen basically the rendition of the blood print on the tree, and I don't see what they're trying to get you to see. I don't see a rune. I feel like if you really were that hardcore about like making this into some type of sacrificial setup, that you would probably be pretty solid on getting that rune right and not making it look like, what the hell is this? But like, you would be like, okay, that's really what that is. And I don't know. I'm just not buying it.
Google search, these runes would be identifiable as one of the many calling cards of this pagan religion.
No, Tennessee, what I'm referring to, like, there's diagrams that have been made based upon the descriptions in the affidavits. So that's what I'm referring to.
Religious cults. Okay. Let's dive a little deeper into this. Joining me tonight from Washington, D.C., retired police commander, host of the Profiling Evil podcast, also an expert in cults and types of cases like this. Mike King is with us. Mike, great to see you tonight. This is extremely surprising. Wasn't expecting it. We're going through a lot tonight. But let's start with this description of the sticks and everything else, and this religion, Odinism. My understanding, Odinism goes back a long, long way.
Yeah, I mean, I remember looking at Odinism as part of looking into pagan belief systems, and this Odinism is separate from what you'd see in Judaism or Islam or Christianity. It's a real focus on these Nordic and Germanic gods. So think, for lack of a better example here, think of Marvel Comics, because that Thor, the guy with the big hammer, and his little brother Loki, who caused all the trouble, they were the children of Odin. Their father was Odin, and he is this guy who gave up his eye in search of more wisdom and other kinds of things. And so,
sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Let me catch up in chat real quick. We had some situation with the car here and stuff, so I had to deal with that. Let me see what you guys are saying. So, right, I'm telling you guys, the branches situation.
People look at these different worship
it's just
systems.
all crazy.
You have people that are looking at monotheistic belief systems, like many Christians do, one God out there, or you have polytheistic religious belief systems that look at many gods. And we really came to know this when we were doing the Who Killed King Tut stuff that I worked on with Greg Cooper. And that polytheistic belief system is actually what led to Tut's death. So you can't discount these kinds of things when you hear them, and you really have to dig in and try to understand them. But you also can't go down a rabbit hole without evidence that's supportive of it. And what we're hearing is some pretty interesting.
I agree with you, Jennifer B. I totally agree with you. Like I said, I feel like this is all just a stretch by the defense. Like, I feel like prosecution did find some things out with these Odin people, but I don't think it has anything to do with Richard Allen. And I feel like it's all just a stretch on defense to come up with some kind of crazy scenario where they can create doubt. Hey, Katina, good to see you, man. Good to see you here. Thanks for hitting that like button on your way in. I appreciate it. Criminal Med, I don't know. That's another thing, right? A lot of people are like, did it happen there that day? Did it happen somewhere else? Brought back in stage? I don't know. I don't even have an opinion on it. Yo, see, I don't when Tennessee Sweetheart and like Criminal Med or like other people are like questioning things, I don't feel so bad questioning it. Like when I'm not convinced either way and I'm like kind of stuck and you all are like, I don't know, it makes me feel less bad about things. Like I feel like I should have things figured out. But if you guys are right there with me scratching your heads, man, I feel a lot better. What else you guys saying in the chat? What else you guys saying? It could have been that day, it could have been that night. The whole thing is the time frame, right? But it's like, think about it. If it's true that somebody saw him muddy or bloody that day, if he was saw that day before the search happened, right? If that's true, if that's all, who knows what's true? I don't even know at this point. But if that is true, it would have had to have happened that day. And how they missed on the search, I can't answer that. I don't know. Like I said, guys, that's why I was excited to do this live today, is because I don't know. I have like maybe some ideas, but I'm not solid on any of it. Whereas like other cases and stuff, I'm solid on. I have really solid opinions about things. This one, I'm freaking lost. I don't know. Right? Tennessee, like there's so much, like I said, if you're into conspiracy theories, like running wild with stuff in a case, this is the case to do it at. Not Idaho 4. This is the case because look at. I mean, we didn't even have to pull up anything crazy or make up anything. This shit is insane. That's it. That's a possibility too, Criminal Man. Total possibility. All right, let's proceed with this, guys. Well, it's going to be forever.
Interesting stuff.
It's going to take us forever to get through this.
And the description of Abby and Libby at the scene, I mean, it seems like there was some level of ritualism here. You're using this young girl's blood to paint some sort of a letter, and you're using these sticks to somehow, I don't know, send some sort of symbol or something. It's really bizarre. Let me read the description of Liberty German, because again, this is tough stuff, folks, and really got to be difficult for the.
All right, guys. Trigger warning. He's about to read some stuff. He didn't give us a good trigger warning before he did the other part, but trigger warning, like, this stuff's bad. It's bad.
Families today as well, as they learn all of this. Libby was found at the base of a tree with 4 tree branches of varying sizes intentionally placed in a very specific and arranged pattern. This is the part that, again, gets even tougher. On her naked body. Libby's right arm was placed along the side of her body. 1 large tree branch had been placed on her left shoulder. This branch was so long that it extended above Libby's head several feet and below her legs for several feet as well. 2 smaller branches formed a V where her legs joined her body near her genitalia, with both sides of the V extending upward.
Criminal Med, I'm telling you, that baffles me too. Because it's like, I have a hard time seeing how they were taken away from that area and things were done and they were brought back on stage. I have a hard time believing that part, but then it's like you get to the clothes thing and then it's like, damn, how did he pull that off out in the middle of the woods? So I too, the clothing one, that I don't know. I don't know. So it looks like Tennessee don't know either on that. Like, right? It's just, damn, man. I thought y'all were gonna have some answers for me today. You know, I was like, I'm gonna get on this live. We gonna chop it up, figure some stuff out. I'm gonna come away with more clarity. And all my everybody's like, yeah, dude, I don't know, bro. Me either. We scratch our head just like you. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Towards Libby's head, with one branch extending to the left of Libby's head and the other to the right of Libby's head. The last of the 4 branches extended across Libby's body on a line from her right shoulder to her left shoulder. This 4th tree branch was also connected with the other 3 branches and was placed under both branches that formed the V.
Appreciate you, Jennifer B. I don't know about the boss. I'm just, you know, okay. You know, I'll take it. I'll take that compliment. Appreciate you. What else y'all saying? Appreciate you, Jeannie Ange. Appreciate you.
Again, difficult. Libby's sliced neck was partially covered by this 4th branch. This is purposeful.
Yo, I'm going to bring up another thing, too. It's like, another thing I'm baffled about is we get to him through ballistics, right? We get a connection with him through ballistics on his firearm. That's shaky. The ballistics, the science on that stuff shaky anyways, but we get ballistics, a match with ballistics when a firearm wasn't even used in the unaliving of these little girls. It's just, like, it's crazy. So to me, like, thinking about it, I'm gonna get in the weeds a little bit, guys. 4-wheel drive time. So if he wasn't willing to use that firearm and he was only using it to, usher them into the area that he wanted them, herd them into the area he wanted them to, if it happened during the day, that would explain why the firearm wasn't used. You couldn't use that firearm in that area with how many people visit that area without somebody hearing the firearm, right? So then he used, obviously, a blade. I'm assuming a bladed instrument, right? But yeah, man, it's crazy though. So I've been tripping on that too. I've been tripping on the whole firearm thing and the knife thing and all this. Yeah, Tennessee used it just to intimidate. I agree with that. But then it's like, would you agree that he used it to intimidate and then used another weapon that he could use during the day? Or do you think that using the knife was more of a personal thing? Like, was it because it happened during the day in that short period of time and he had to use the knife because the gun would be noisy? Or, I don't know. Man, so many questions, guys. What else you guys saying in the chat? Do you think they were washed and then... Okay, here's another thing too, right? That's a possibility, right? That is a possibility. But think about it, like, yeah, in the river, I mean, they wouldn't have to actually be taken away to be washed off, right? Could have definitely used the river. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Did Ellie find anything suspects us referring to other than stuff? I haven't seen or heard anything that would say that, Pat. I haven't read that anywhere. I haven't read any connections with Richard Allen and this whole Odin thing. That's why I'm just like, I don't have a definite like outlook or answer to any of this. There's things that are missing. Maybe when the bullet fell, he gave up on the gun. That's a possibility, but I don't think that bullet that they found, I think it was just ejected. It was like rack ejected. I don't think it was like misfire ejected, because misfire ejected don't eject. So if your bullet misfires, doesn't go off, you got to literally cock the gun back to get the next round in, right? So he cocks the gun back to clear that bad round to get a new round in. He's gonna go ahead and use the gun at that point. There's no reason to. Now, if he was using the gun as intimidation, right? And let's say like we're at the point where he's about to do the bad stuff to them, and he was like, they're not wanting to do what he was wanting to do, like maybe disrobe that point, and he like, I'm not playing, racks the gun, for pure intimidation. That could be why that round was there. But I feel like because the gun wasn't used in the commission of the unaliving, I feel like because a knife was used, I feel like it was committed that day. I don't feel like it was committed somewhere else. The more we're talking about it, the less I feel like it was committed somewhere else and then they were staged. I feel like he got them to that point using the gun. He made them do whatever acts that he made them do. They were unalive. He may or may not wash things off, this or that. He re-roped one of them, positioned him whatever way he was going to do it, because that's not uncommon, right? For serial unalivers to stage, their victims. So the more we talk about it, the more I'm starting to think that all this Odin crap is absolutely crap. I'm starting to get a clear picture. Damn, I knew it was going to happen. The longer I talk to you guys, the more it happens. See what else you guys are saying while I'm sitting there rambling in the weeds, four-wheel driving. Personal thing, quiet. Let's see. Oh, let's crash. Let's see what else you guys saying. All right. I think I'm caught up in chat. And to control two girls, my daughter would have been screaming her head off. True, Jim B, but it's like everybody reacts differently, right? Everybody reacts differently, and yeah, that might have just let them girls in shock to where it was just like there was no response but to comply. You know what I mean? All right, let's proceed. Let's proceed, guys.
That is taking place here, Mike. And I guess as an investigator, you could look at the way these branches are placed and try to connect it, if it is connected to some ritual, some group, some sect, or some religion.
Yeah, and I guess the challenge I face in these kinds of things, Vinny, is until we can see, and hopefully we never do, hopefully it's just something that's vetted in that courtroom. But you have to think there are many, many cases out there where inexperienced killers, once they get in the frenzy of killing, they start doing experimentation and other kinds of things that could lead to all kinds of wacky behaviors. So before things get assigned as being tied to Odinism, for instance, or something else, we have to really look at the totality of things and keep in mind, I mean, remember what they were saying in the 1800s about Jack the Ripper's victims and the mutilation that he was doing and the kinds of things that were going on. And there are so many explanations for things like a broken branch that might look like it was surgical, when in effect it might have been a very nice artifact of a really dry piece of wood that broke perfectly smooth. Rare, but possible, versus that young twig that's going to be kind of splintered and really look a little differently. But when you start getting things placed on there and you start seeing the staging that occurs, that starts to tell us a little more too about what was going on in the offender's mind. And again, I'm not ready to jump that this is a ritualistic killing versus maybe exploration, but I'm also not willing to discount what we're starting to hear in this thing if they've got truly evidence to back it up and not just theory and supposition.
Yeah, and again, apparently, according to the defense again, because they're the ones digging into the papers and releasing it through this memo, there were 3 investigators who were very much following this line of investigation. Now, let's take a look at the description of Abby's body. Abby was full.
Trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning. I'll go ahead and stop. Fair, you stop real quick. Man, prepare for this. Trigger warning. I'm not playing, guys. It's just as bad as the previous stuff. All right, that's long enough. You've been warned, right? You've been warned. So let's get through this.
Fully clothed. In fact, and this again, another one of these strange facts. Abby was dressed in Libby's sweatshirt and jeans. No blood appeared on Abby's clothing. Abby was found on her back like Libby. However, unlike Libby, Abby's elbows were bent, with her right and left arms both placed on her chest. Abby's left hand and arm near the left side of her face, and her right hand and arm near the right side of her face. Also, Abby's left leg was straight, while her right leg was bent at the knee. The murderers, according to, the defense is saying there's more than one person doing this. The murderers also placed her bent right leg under her left leg.
Yo, that statement right there kind of pisses me off, to be honest, too. Because if, like I said, if this is all cap, this is all false, this is just some fairy tale defense is putting together, like, to mount some kind of defense for their client. If this is all made up and the families are having to hear this nonsense and they're having to think about their babies being ritualistically sacrificed in this manner and left in this manner, yo, if this is all fake, there's a special place in where for these type of people. Now, this shit ain't cool. Yo, they better be telling the truth. They better be. I can't with this, man.
Above Abby's head were smaller sticks that had been placed over her hair, crudely mimicking horns.
That's right, Sassy.
Or antlers.
I understand, ma'am.
So
Yeah,
that description
again, is that
it's very posed. I mean, it sounds the way it's being described that it is posed. It's not like a murder takes place and this is how the bodies end up. This is specifically done. I guess the question is the reason, and is it in fact consistent with anything connected to?
Yeah, Jennifer B, that's like the one thing that this is kind of cleared up is if like that stuff's true, it'd explain why we got sketches of two different people, right? I'm not saying the other dude did the unaliving. Maybe he just lured them there and he looked younger like some other dude that looked younger that, was catfishing young ladies. I'm just saying. But man, you know what I mean? A lot of things that's one of the things that made sense to me after it. I was like, well, damn, if there was more people, that explain why there's sketches of two different people. You know what I mean? Back row Becky, good to see you. Let's go. That's right. That's right. What else y'all saying? We've heard a lot, seen little. Like it's horrible. All right, guys, let's go ahead and roll.
To Odinists or these white nationalists referred to by the defense that have hijacked Odinism.
Yeah, the challenge that we find too in these kinds of things is, again, we want to try to assign it because our minds just can't wrap around it. But clearly the way that those children were left is symbolic of what was going on in this predator's mind, whether it was a fantasy that he was trying to fulfill, a recreation of an image that he's seen before, or whether he was just working this out and becoming the producer of his own little whacked out film. It's really difficult, or their whacked out film. But I think you're really hitting on something, and that is the suggestion that it might be something more in line with a supremacist movement. And we know that
100%. I'm glad you said it, Tennessee. I need to do a fair use stop anyways, but I agree. Like, this is sick. Is this the defense writing a whole new narrative? These parents don't deserve this. They have been through enough. Well, 100,000%. 100. Tennessee, I couldn't agree with you more. That's why I'm like, yo, you all better not be lying about this, because if you're lying about this, yo, man, you're gonna ruin your reputation, as an attorney if you're lying about this, because people are not going to look fondly upon the fact that you came up with this narrative to help defend your sick ass client and put these parents and these families through so much more. It's insane. No, I agree with you, Don Michelle. Like, I'm not saying it's a good strategy, but it's moralless. If there's no true facts behind it all, it's so bad. It's so bad. All right, let's proceed, guys.
they're speaking about in that document, this tie to the prison system and to a really rough culture and other kinds of things. And this is going to really require bringing the two sides together to sort this out. And frankly, if they've got evidence, then the prosecution's going to have to say, hey, this is why investigators excluded it and moved on.
Absolutely. All right, Mike.
Yeah, Paper Catino, I know. We know, and that's part of why I think defense is doing this crazy strategy that they're doing. I think they have like no other option because of the fact that he confessed the way that he did. It's like they're having to come up with like this crazy outlandish story that would, if it was true, would put their client under massive amounts of duress, right? If that's true, it's all true. So it's a viable strategy. It lacks morals and character, but it's a viable strategy, and I believe they're doing it because of the fact that he confessed. I mean, that is what it is. He didn't confess in interrogation. He didn't confess under duress from a detective sitting there and grilling his ass. He confessed to his old lady over the phone. That's a wrap. What else you guys saying in chat? That's not an issue with the. Yeah, no, criminal man. You took that from me. I was about to say that. That's another thing. Don't make sense. Okay, like I understand, like there are parts of like in North's religions back in the day that were more pagan and did sacrifice, but we're talking about a mix of Odinism with white nationalists. Like, why in the hell are they going to kill 2 white girls? That shit don't make no sense to me. I agree with you. Let's see what else. Right, man.
Mike's going to stay with us. We're going to bring in some more guests. We've got a lot more to go through in these allegations by the defense, very specific allegations, and also revealing a lot more about what happened to the victims in Delphi. And coming up next hour.
All right. Skip the commercials, guys.
That's the voice and an image of the Delphi killer. At least that's what we were led to believe for all these years. This is the person they were looking for. And prosecutors saying that's Richard Allen.
Ain't that the truth, B?
I mean, kind of
Ain't that the
Bill
truth?
Looks like him a little bit. I mean, it's not a super specific shot, but there's more video and audio that investigators have. But now the defense has turned everything upside down with what they filed today. Again, not expected. And they say there's no way one person could have done it, and it wasn't Richard Allen. It was people
I'm
connected
not sure,
to this.
Denby. I'm not sure. I think it's
Odinism.
public defender.
Take a look. Here's what they are alleging also, that there was a failure to pursue the Odinist links. A particular Odinite from Logansport posted on social media images mimicking the very runes found at the crime scene. A crime scene unreleased and unknown to the general public even to this day. So they're saying this person is posting runes, these images, letters, whatever. He was an Odinite whose son had been dating Abby. An image of 2 women, either dead or posed, as if they were dead on the ground. And
So connecting to Abby, right? Connecting to Abby, not Richard. So, okay, let's keep going.
Be a forest. Both women had tree limbs and sticks arranged on their bodies. One of the women had her arm stretched out above her head, similar to the way that Libby's arm was stretched above her head. Wow. That's huge, right? Okay, let's bring in our guests. Joining us in studio, co-host and producer of Down the Hill, the Delphi Murders podcast, and Court TV senior writer, Barbara McDonald. Joining us from Washington, D.C., still with us, retired police commander, host of Profiling Evil podcast, Mike King. And in Chicago, Illinois, criminal defense attorney, host of Defense Diaries, Bob Mata is with us. Thank you, everyone. Barbara, let me start with you. What your initial reaction?
Yeah, that's true. Don Michelle and Criminal Med, definitely. Yeah, no, Tennessee. They're supposedly like a boyfriend girlfriend thing. I don't think they were dating per se, but that's what I heard too. It's not the first time I heard that. I heard other places as well. I don't know. One of those many things we gonna scratch our head on, right? Like, what the hell?
To all of this, that there is this cult, this religious sect, whatever they are, that's responsible.
stunned, I think like everyone else reading the filing today, pouring through
That's an
it.
understatement.
I thought I knew a lot of the crazy elements of this case. This one kind of came out of left field. It's a bit surprising.
Yo, Lindley, right? It's way too young to be dating. I agree with you, but tell that to this younger generation, man. It's they wild.
But you know, what does this do to the prosecution?
Yeah, well, reasonable doubt is one thing, right? Like, I get it. I understand the game that the defense plays. But this is very specific. We're not naming names, but they're naming names in their papers. Like, they're naming specific people.
And at least one of those names.
Real quick, too, guys, this is one of the reasons why I chose to play this. Every big, station's covering this, right? But I chose their breakdown on it, Court TV, because they redacted the names. I don't like the fact the defense put all those names in there like that. And like everybody, there's so many people that have been implicated that could be innocent, right? So I don't want to be one of those people that does that same thing. So we're watching this one because they redacted the names on it. I thought it was respectful. What else you got saying in chat? Yeah, no, that's what I was taking from it on the show. Let's continue.
Has been talked about many times in many of the groups. I mean, he wasn't unknown to people following the case. But yeah, there's a lot of details here that people have not known. My concern is people reading this saying, aha, this is what happened. This is fact. This is from one side.
Yeah, well, first of all, it comes from the defense side. And like I always tell you, folks, bring your salt, like a big grain of it every time. But, it is what it is. It's going to be part of.
I believe it was 13 or 14. Oh, man, I feel horrible. I can't remember their exact ages. Dude, I got 4 kids I got to keep up with on my own end. You know what I mean? So they'll tell you, like, Dad's ahead a year or behind a year sometimes. You got to forgive me. Let's see what else. It's nothing wrong with that, Lindley. Nothing wrong with that. 13. Okay, thank you, Jim B. Thank you for answering that. There you go, Donna Clark. She was 13. Definitely too young, but like I said, tell this younger generation they ain't supposed to be having boyfriends or girlfriends.
Of this case from this point forward. Bob Mata, let me ask you. You see, here's what happens, and we're covering another case with an alleged conspiracy up in Boston involving a police conspiracy. I always look at those cases and I say, okay, what is the other side saying? But then I look at it and I say, well, what if everything was flipped around? Like, let's say the person the defense is pointing the finger at was actually indicted and charged with this. Would there really be enough?
Listen to this. This is what I was saying before. You gotta, like, when you're hearing, basically the defense will tell you what prosecution's got planned, and prosecution is going to tell you kind of what defense has planned. If you're looking at what they're, listen to what he's saying. It's gold. It's really good knowledge.
Would everybody be pointing the finger at the person who's actually charged? That's just the way I look at it. What's your reaction, Bob, to this? Is this defense just kind of, causing some hay, or do you think they're going to get inside that courtroom and
yes, they are.
Specifically name names and have this jury scratching their heads like, wait a minute, somebody else did this and we know who did it?
Yeah, I'm well versed in Karen Reed, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And much like Barbara, my head exploded when I read this morning. I actually was messaging with Barbara. I'm like, have you seen this thing? So look, this is not just defense lawyering, and the thing that makes it different, we're talking about a 136-page document with receipts. Okay. And we have affidavits from law enforcement in this thing. This isn't just some whole cloth theoretical thing. Now, of course, the state is going to have the opportunity to respond. And I'm assuming that they're going to. I don't. Look, as far as McClellan goes, it's a tough gig. Like responding to this, it's a tough gig, because like the prosecutor has some issues that came up in this. in terms of not disclosing things in a timely manner. And I think that, he's going to have to answer for those things.
And I get it. That's, that becomes a legal battle with the judge, what evidence comes in, what doesn't.
I mean, come on, guys. Yo, even these attorneys, man, they're all like, what the hell is going on? So I feel better about not having a damn clue myself, really. When I'm seeing lawyers, professionals scratching their head the same way we all scratching our heads, makes me feel a little bit better. Because I was like, damn, dude, I'm really good at figuring stuff out. I'm really good at looking at all this evidence, seeing the big picture on things. It's kind of like my bread and butter. And I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, yo, this don't make sense. What is going on? I digress. Four-wheel drive.
Doesn't come in, etc. I'm only interested in one thing.
Sweet home Alabama. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Good to have you here.
On this show, which is the truth, trying to figure out the truth, which is what prosecutors should be focused on as well. Mike King, let me ask you, is there any reason, like if the evidence is leading to these Odinites, is there any reason for law enforcement to protect the Odinites? Would we have to see if the investigators are Odinites? Would we have to, I mean, I don't get it. Like this was the highest profile case they were ever going to have in Delphi, Indiana, by far, right? You've got all these agencies working on it. Why on earth, if this is a valid lead, would they not follow up on it?
Bro, my boy in the middle, he does the same thing I do. He gets animated. I like this guy. I do. I really like this guy. Believe it or not, I didn't really watch a lot of court TV stuff until the last couple of days. His take on the Idaho Force, just like a lot of stuff. I'm like, I really like this guy. We might be related, dude. I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me.
As a case lead investigator, you often know things about the investigation that other people involved in the investigation may not know about, especially if they're from the outside. Maybe like a trooper that picks up a piece of really good information and wants to share it up. And sometimes people really get focused on something and they're a dog on a bone that can't let go of it, and they create a theory before they really have facts. So they spend all their time trying to prove that they were right, and they actually become a detriment to the investigation. So that's really the mission ahead, I believe, for the prosecution, is to be able to say, these things were vetted, this is what really happened. And we're kind of seeing an inkling, I think, even in one of the news reports I read today, where they reached out and the prosecution is saying, nah, the FBI didn't quite say what's being alleged in the document. Heck, I don't know, Vinny, but all I know is that this is really good that it's coming out, and that their hand is being forced to say, we looked at it and here's why it was excluded. And if you got to look into their backgrounds to say, hey, they're not Odinist or they're not part of this conspiracy, by golly, you got to do it. But I think Bob was right. The first thing I thought of too was Karen Reed. If I could just make everybody hate the criminal justice system and disbelieve it and have no faith in it, I might have won already.
Right. I get it. Okay. Now let's get to the real meat of the allegation here.
It's the real meat now, guys. That was the real meat before. We get into the real meat now. Holy goodness. Buckle up. I need to drink a sweet tea. This is too much.
Again, failure to pursue the Odinist links. Evidence known to the Unified Command. Now, the Unified Command is not part of the Odinists. This is part of the investigators, okay? These are the investigators trying to solve the case. Included the fact that fellow Odinites, blank and blank, we're not naming names, were close friends as late as January 21st, 2017. However, that friendship ended very abruptly in February of 2017. The schism in their friendship resulted from a fight that occurred between blank and blank in February of 2017, where he and blank were in the woods near a river conducting a ritual. One of them said or did something the other did not agree with, and they no longer talked to each other. The river was near blank's house.
What the hell, man? Oh, I feel like what defense is doing is defense found that little morsel, that little nugget of information about these Odinists that prosecution came across probably during the digital evidence searches, right? With the whole CP rings, all that stuff. So they found this and they're like, yo, we could do some stuff with this. We could really spin a freaking crazy story with this. I mean, this dude's a nut already. He already confessed. So, I mean, what else we have to lose? Let's take that Odinist stuff that the prosecutors found when they were doing the CP search. Let's just take that. We'll take a couple of these other conspiracies that are floating around social media. We'll sprinkle a little bit of that conspiracy, a little bit of this rabbit hole, and a little bit of that. Boom, we got our defense now. That's what it started to feel like. Oh, Huntress, good to see you, ma'am. Good to see you. Better late than never. You out there being a mom. I appreciate you.
2019, the Unified Command, again, the investigators in this case, learned that in a totally different conversation with his ex-wife, according to police reports, Blank told his ex-wife that Blank and his people killed Abigail Williams and Liberty German because one of their mothers was mixing with other people outside the mother's race.
What?
And that's how we get to the...
I can't. Are you... So, this whole story, the disrespect level just got like multiplied times 1,000. So not only is there a possibility that this might be just a fully contrived story, they added that detail to it, right? That this happened because one of their parents was dating outside of their... Are you fucking kidding me? Bro, if this is... Right, Lindley? I'm not... You ain't lying. Yo, like, I swear, man. I swear, they better not be lying about all this. Because if they made this shit up to defend this psychopath, to defend this soulless individual, if they made that up and they're putting these families through that, like, imagine that, right? Imagine that. How many years removed? 5+ years removed. You're the parent, right? And now you're hearing the defense is saying your child basically was killed by some Odinist nationalists because you dated outside of your race. Like, what the fuck? Bro, I can't get down with that, man. These people. I'm not sure, BM. I'm not sure. It might have been left on. I think it might have got turned on prior. Let's proceed.
The link of the white nationalist.
I mean, subscriber vote, honestly, it ain't really going to hurt nothing, right? To subscribe, it's free. If you want to come in and chat, it's free. If you don't want to chat, you can sit back in the bushes and watch. So really, subscriber mode just keeps it to where trolls don't come in and chat. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, because I feel like if you sit in the bushes long enough, you're going to know whether you want to be a part of this group or not, right? You're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to join this conversation. Or, you know what? This dude is full of shit and these people are crazy. I don't want no part of it. I'm out. So we can roll with subscribers. No, that's fine.
Hijacking of Odinism. Barbara McDonald, what do you think of this? This is very specific. We're not naming names. The defense does. But it seems like you've got a potential admission. There's a little double hearsay going on here,
right.
but you could bring those people in.
Absolutely, and one would hope that they were talked to already and will be again.
They had 5 years to do all this, right?
Yeah, and we've heard how many tips they've gotten in this case and how many people they've investigated and how many states they've traveled to in their investigation. I certainly hope that they have something to say about this. This case, it just sort of feels like it's jumped the shark a bit at this point.
Okay. Bob, to me, this is some form of an admission here, right? This is an admission to the ex-wife that blank and his people committed this murder. How does that evidence come in? Like,
they can't even keep a straight face. These dudes can't even keep a straight face. They're just like, man, I don't even know how to have a legitimate conversation about this insanity. Man, these are professionals too, right? I mean, these are prosecutors, like, too much, bro. This
Testify
is
to that,
crazy.
because that would be more than reasonable doubt in this case.
No question. Well, they're gonna have to call in the X, and they're gonna have to get it in, and it's gonna be a statement against interest. I mean, it's gonna fall within the hearsay exception. If he said it to her, it is double hearsay. But you know, if it's a statement against interest in terms of, because the assumption is that he was involved as well, right? So even because it sounds like, because they're basically naming 4 guys.
Can the defense subpoena these 4 people and put them on the stand?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what does that do, right? What does that do? Even if this shit is all false, right? Even if there was no truth to it, if defense can just drag all this stuff up into the trial, it's going to put so much doubt in the jurors' heads. I don't like it, guys. This is dirty pool. This is dirty ass play. Absolutely dirty play on so many levels. This is like soulless shit right here. This is the type of stuff. Like, this is the type of stuff that gives attorneys bad names, for real.
That's what should happen, right? If they believe the Sioux did it, that's what the defense should be.
100%. And on top of that, in Indiana, they could depose them. Like, we don't have that advantage in Illinois in criminal cases to depose witnesses unless it's a death penalty case.
Oh, I agree, Lindley. 100% agree. I don't like it. I don't like any part of it. It looks like y'all are with me on that.
To have the subpoenas out to all of these guys, and I would be grilling them. So, I mean, they have that advantage in Indiana, and I'm assuming that the state is not going to be happy about them coming in. But I mean, the defense is going to have to do what they have to do in order to try to flesh this out. You know, I mean, this is 136 pages, Vinny. This is a lot.
Yeah, but I and again, Mike, on the front end, this all should have been done, right? Like everything we're talking about doing now should have been done and may have been done. We don't know. We don't know. This is all we have to deal with tonight.
Yo, my man, Matt. Good to see you, sir. I appreciate you popping in my lives. I really do. I know you're a busy man. You got a lot of stuff going on with the medical stuff, with the old lady, chores, whatnot. So I appreciate you dropping in, Matt. I really do. And I'm still waiting for your lives to start popping. I'm going to come over and support you.
Right. I talked about the grain of salt when the defense has the theory, right? No offense, Bob. No offense. Just I was a prosecutor. And this is the way I see the world. Another grain of salt when we have a statement from an ex-spouse. Do you trust the ex?
Nobody want to touch the ex-spouse statement, bro. Everybody's like, ex-spouse triggered. Them boys look triggered like they got some ex-spouses or something. That shit was funny.
Spouses.
Who, me?
Mike. I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, no, you know, I mean, it's a mixed bag.
Yo, look at
and
her,
I guess
brother.
that's where it's going to really have to come out what the motivation was for doing it, what she's been like during this period where she's not part of his life, and then whether they can get over the legal challenges of whether she's reliable or not. And, you know, I mean, this.
Yo, man, he got some beady ass eyes. He looked like a demon.
Part of me that's the investigator, Vinny, goes back to the idea, if these murders were motivated because of a mixed race relationship, I suspect there are a whole lot more mixed race relationships going on.
Yo, Tennessee sweetheart, 100%. They better have some legs to stand on, or else I would hope there was some type of legal ramifications to making up some type of story like this if there's no truth behind it. Because the overall damage they're doing to the families, it's unmeasurable. It just, I don't like it. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't like it. I don't like it.
In that county and in that part of the country. And why haven't we seen a whole batch of murders happen? And if that was the motivation. So I always kind of go back to well, it's possible, but how probable is it based on what we're learning? And that always kind of bugs me. And I always think about an interview I had with Richard Ramirez, if you remember that guy, the Night Stalker. I was sitting with him and I said, Richard, do you really believe in Satanism? And he smiled and he said, that was an afterthought. the first time around, but then it became good business.
Yo, what a sick mother lover. What an absolutely sick. All right, practicing StreamYard? Hell yeah, man. Can't wait till I get my my other Cali neighbor out here up on the consistent lives.
Wow. All right. Everyone stay where you are because the plot thickens, because the allegations aren't just that the killers were practicing Odinism, but also the prison guards. What?
All right, let's fast forward.
And that was a moment celebrated, right? Oh, finally, the case was solved. Well, now the defense is throwing a big twist in everything, saying there's these Odinites who are following Odinism who are actually responsible. But it gets even thicker than that. It's not just the murder. Take a look at this. This is from, again, from the defense. Odinites in the Westville Correctional Facility guarding Richard Allen. The evidence shows that during...
This is where shit gets wild. It gets extra wild. Because now it goes from like, you know, this person in the community is connected to one of the victims is Odinite, this, that, you know, it's connected to some property that's connected to the area, this and that. You know, now they're claiming that actual guards, they're claiming actual guards are Odinites, and they are the ones that are harassing Richard Allen and causing him to have such mental anguish, which is what caused him to confess to his wife because they wanted it to. Like, this is real shit, guys. This is really happening. This is really happening in this case. This, like I said, I don't know why everybody over there on the Idaho 4 case trying to create conspiracy. In this case right here, got plenty for everybody. Man, you can make up. I mean, even defense is making up crazy stories. You know what I mean? Like anybody can do it.
During his pretrial incarceration at Westville Correctional Facility, Richard Allen has been monitored, intimidated, and mentally abused by correctional officers who are also members of the Odinite cult. Two of those correction officers
this is crazy, guys.
Boldly wore patches on their Department of Corrections uniforms that proclaimed, "In Odin we trust."
What the hell, yo? What is happening in Delphi? This is insane. This is definitely one of those cases where it's like, truth is stranger than fiction. It just, I know, Tennessee. Donna, what? I'm telling you, I don't know what. That's the problem. Like, this shit is insane. Oh my Lord. I know, like, that's why I wanted to cover it today. I didn't want to wait till I had like 2 or 3 days in a row where we could read the paperwork ourselves. Plus, like I said, I don't want to sit there and read that damn long. That's insane. But yeah, man, it's
along with another
wild
patch displaying symbols of Odinism. Are you kidding me?
But okay, real quick though. Here's the thing about those patches like Odin and this and that. That's kind of big in the military too. There's like a lot of guys that have kind of adopted this whole Valhalla culture and everything in the military. So seeing patches with like Norse mythology and lore and stuff like that, it's actually not too uncommon. It's not that crazy. But these are guards in it's a different situation, I know. It's insane, guys.
I'm going to read the other one also. I'm going to get that in. Normally, corrections officers were within earshot of every conversation between Richard and his attorneys and between Richard and his wife, close enough that Richard would have to be worried about any conversation with his attorneys and with his wife being overheard by those corrections officers.
True, right? Well, if they are Odinites, still besides the point. I mean, no, that's what I'm saying too, is I feel like prosecution had unearthed some real Odinites. They probably unearthed them and everything. Like, these guys really are in the community, and I believe they unearthed that CP ring, right? So I believe there's things that were unearthed during the investigation that really have nothing to do with Richard Allen. But because it was unearthed during the prosecution and defense has got a hold of that information, they're spinning this crazy ass narrative with some factual stuff mixed in with this crazy story. At least that's what I'm getting from it. That's how I'm starting to take it. I could be wrong though.
Corrections officers even required that Richard Allen be positioned facing the window where corrections officers were videotaping the attorney visits with the handheld camcorder. The positioning of Richard Allen's body would allow the corrections officers to videotape Richard Allen's mouth as he talked to his attorneys. Richard would therefore not be able to privately.
Huntress. So basically, what the get down is the new paperwork basically is breaking down this whole story about Odinites being involved with the unaliving of these girls. It is so complicated, girl. It's so hard. Not just to get the views, but this would be one of my. If you're gonna replay any of my stuff for watch time, help me out. You know what I mean? Replay this one. It's so complicated, but the gist is basically they're not saying he didn't do it, but they're saying also that these Odinites are involved, and they're trying to claim that there's other connections with these Odinites and the victims, and that the victims were actually unalive because one of the victims' moms had dated outside the race. It's crazy, girl. It's crazy. I usually break things down pretty quick, give you like a brief overview, but it's too much. It's insane though.
Discuss anything with his attorneys, such as this is it, because remember, there's an alleged confession here. The guards are telling me that my wife and family will be killed unless I call my wife and tell her that I killed those girls. And they have that as evidence against him. Wow. Barbara McDonald, Mike King, Bob.
Yo, so that's the allegations. That's the allegations. That he confessed to his wife under duress of the guards. That shit don't even make sense. It'd be like, wouldn't the guards tell you, like, you need to go confess to the investigators, not to your wife? That just seems so weak. I feel like that's like really, I feel like that's definitely a made up part of the story. I feel like that's definitely a made up part by the defense. They're like, shit, dude, you confessed to your wife? What were you thinking? What are we going to do to cover that up? Well, damn, I was working on this Odinite angle. We could just say that these guards, that they threatened you. Like, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll say. It's just the guards. It's the guards that threatened you.
Back with us. Bob, what are your thoughts about this? This looks like it's going to be the attack on the confession.
It blew my mind.
Is there anything normal about videotaping?
Bees. I tried to answer bees the best I could in a short amount of time for Huntress, all right? Stroking my beard. I know, dude, I think it's about time to trim it. What y'all think? About time to trim it on down? I don't know. We'll see. Give me a hard time, man.
Meetings, I've never heard of that before.
No, and frankly, I was in Delphi in Carroll County courthouse for that hearing. And, because at that point they were trying to get Allen moved.
Yeah, Tennessee. It was a forced confession by the guards now. You know what I mean? Because that's usually how forced confessions happen. The guards usually intimidate you into confessing to your wife. What the hell? What the hell?
Moved out of the facility because he's being held pre-trial, which is very unusual, in a prison as opposed to a jail. His lawyers were trying to get him out, and they ended up at that hearing. That's when this bombshell about these confessions came out. And obviously, everybody in the courtroom was like, we were like, oh my God, what is happening here? So to have this kind of information come out, and I immediately thought, okay, well, what is the context in which the statements were made in terms of the phone call between Richard Allen and his wife? Are they taking things out of context? What was the tone? So this gives us the other side of what was going on with Allen, because they had testimony on there where they admitted that they were using a camcorder, and they were saying it was for the safety of his attorneys and for the guards that were in the room, that they were filming him. So when we see this, and then we hear this allegation, which is stunning, a stunning allegation in terms.
That's not stunning. This shit mind blowing. That should blow my mind, for real. So this whole time, the people that are like connected accomplices, these Odinite guards, this whole time they've been guarding this guy, and like nobody in LE knows about it, even though prosecution unearthed the Odinites, and probably is, and they didn't think there was any connection. Like, yo, I'm telling you guys, this shit is insane. I keep saying you literally can't make this up. I mean, you could if you're a really good writer, fictional writer, you can make this up, but it just, damn. That's all I got is damn.
In terms of these guys wearing patches and being like known Odinists, Like, and they're the ones that are guarding this guy. Man, I've never seen anything like it, Vinny.
Yo, what's this talk? What am I missing? I think I missed something in chat with bees. What did bees do? Bees, did you put something out? I've seen something about a bee suit. Look at all that honey. Like, are y'all joking around in there, or did bees, you really doing some stuff with bees? Let me know. I'm interested.
These allegations, if they're going to get fleshed out, are just bombshells. And it's an absolute explanation, in my estimation, and it's going to get vetted. Look, I mean, like you said, this is a defense coming with emotion, with some incredibly powerful statements that are going to get vetted at a Frank's hearing.
Right, Tennessee.
And if it turns out to be true, this case is absolutely turned upon its head, because the biggest and strongest evidence that they have right now are those confessions.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Barbara, you were out there. And I mean, did you bump into any Odinites?
Not that I'm aware of, but I've.
Yo, bees. Okay, bee makes honey. You make honey bees? I thought, it was just you like bees. Like, some people just like bees. That's awesome. I did a bunch of research on how to keep bees and all that. Like, that was one of my when I was doing urban homesteading, I wanted to get into bees. That's awesome. So do you put like videos up about the bees on your channel and stuff? Because if you do, I didn't know about that. I feel left out. So if you got videos up about all this beekeeping and stuff, I'm with it, dude. I will go consume that content. I'm like I said, I'm a homesteading nerd. So anything that you can grow or produce on the homestead, I'm about it. I will definitely check that out.
Is it a thing?
I've heard of different groups that perhaps have some off-center beliefs that operate in the area. I've certainly heard that in connection with this case before, but I've also heard from a lot of different investigators who've been connected to the case in various ways that was all vetted and discounted.
Mike King, we only have about a minute left here.
You heard that, right? That all this defense is bringing up was prosecution's already been over. It's been vetted and discounted, but defense is using it and running with this damn narrative and this story. So, like, with that lady, man, I'm telling you right now, I don't like this defense team. They're a special place for them types of people. I'm telling you.
Can't imagine that anyone in uniform is allowed to put patches of anything other than your uniform on there. It should be provable.
Yo, heck yeah, man. You get down with the green thumbery too? That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to, like, on the community tab, I'll have to post some pictures of my previous like grows, my chickens, all the crazy stuff I've done. I'll have to post that on the community tab for y'all. I get down with that.
One way or the other, but it seems like it's the attorneys who were saying they saw this.
I have to agree with you, Vinny. I was really saddened and shocked if, in fact, they're allowing that to go on a uniform that would be standardized. And I think that's going to be an easy one to either prove or disprove by the other correctional officers, by what the command staff says and what the policy says. But if the defense says, hey, I witnessed it, that's going to be a little challenging for them to get over too.
All right, guys, that is it. That is all we got. Let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Punchers, thanks for dropping that link. I'm going to have to go there and check that out. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm definitely going to go there, sub up, and check that out. Let's see what else you guys are saying. There's got to be evidence of this Odinite cult in the jail for sure. It's true. It's like it said, prosecution found all these different things going on, but yet decided that they have nothing to do with Richard Allen. It's defense that are saying that it has something to do with Richard Allen. But it's pretty as moralless and as void of character as this defense strategy is. I'm gonna have to say, I mean, if you have no soul and you're cool with doing some stuff like this, it's a pretty damn good defense. I'm gonna have to say, because when your client confesses, like, what else are you gonna do? How else are you gonna create doubt? I don't agree with it. But I mean, if you look at it like logically, it'd be the way to go. All right, what else you guys saying in chat before we wrap this stuff up? Let's see. Heck yeah, Mav. So that you get your own flowers too. That's right. appreciate people with green thumbs, man. I love growing stuff. You used to have a farm 200, man. I'm telling you, I don't have my urban homestead or my chickens anymore. But like, first freaking thing I'm doing when I get back east, man, the homestead is popping, 100%. And I plan on that's gonna be content. Definitely gonna be content. We covering that. I'm taking y'all for the ride. Let's see what else. What else you guys saying in chat before we wrap this up? Yo, that's tight, man. A nursery? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Let's see. I know Jeannie and you out where you can't grow anything unless it's hydro. You better have money for that water. See what else you guys are saying. Trying to catch up to chat before we wrap this up. Yeah, guys, everybody gets sub up to B's. That is awesome. I had no clue, B. Why you hold out on that information, B? Why didn't you tell me you did the honey thing? Jeannie Ange, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys for being here. Like I said, I mean, this is literally what I do it for, so I could talk to a bunch of true crime addicts like myself. Yo, there's a man, I'm missing out on some people's content I didn't even know existed. Man, we got some videos of his property. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, I for some reason I can see you doing that too, Huntress. I can see you doing that. Hey, you know what? In my opinion, beekeepers, y'all doing God's work. I don't think people realize how important what you guys do is. A lot of people just don't understand. That and I love some honey, yo. I'm just saying, you know, if you ever want to ship me a little honey, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Do a free cut you a free promo and everything. Test, do a sample, review the whole nine. I'm just saying, B. Just saying. How far east am I headed? I wanted to go to Tennessee. I've lived in Arkansas. I love it there. But I got family and I got one of my best friends, childhood best friends out in Tennessee. And I just have a support system out there. So transfer my job and where I want to go, it'd be easier. My boy Rooster Cakes was in here. He'd tell you I'm going to Louisiana because he's been trying to move me out there for a minute. But Tennessee is where I would like to go. Let's see. What else you guys saying? See, Matt, you got them cloning skills too. Me and you, Matt, I got a feeling me and you could have like some great conversations on a lot of different topics. I've watched long enough you be on panels and like all the different topics come up. You seem to be pretty savvy about a lot of things. My type of people. I like people who could just jump into any conversation topic and just hold their own. The jack of all trade types or Jills of all trade. Because we ain't sexist over here. You just started to do videos, B? Well, I'll come support that for sure. I dig it. Like, I think people, if you have something you're passionate about, like, and you like the YouTube thing, like, why not? Why aren't you? Well, you should make videos about it. Don't matter, like, who watches it. It's like, it's fun. Back when I was making, like, fishing content and dip reviews, dude, I got, like, no views. But I had so much fun doing it. But honestly, that apiary bee thingy, man, that they get a lot of views. They do. Thank you, Pat Gaines. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, man. That y'all trying to hit me in the feels. Thank you, Tennessee. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging in there while I make it through these chats to catch up. Thank you, Lindley. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Y'all thank me for the lives and stuff, but I thank you for being here. My lives would be like my premieres if you didn't show up, basically. It'd be like me just pre-recording something and dropping it. So you guys being here, I mean, that's what makes the life so special. 100%. Not to sound all mushy and stuff, but That's what I'm saying, Tennessee, sweetheart. I'm trying. My babies are out here. I'm helping with my grandparents. They're kind of, in that stage of life. So, once I take care of these few obligations and work a couple financial things out, I'm definitely there. I want to be there already. I definitely do. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it. I know our discussions here they rock, guys. They definitely rock. Heck yeah. Donald Clark, thank you. I don't make. No, I know. Well, tell your bees to hook me up with some of that honey. 100%. Let's see what else we saying. Yeah, thank you guys for going and subbing up, bees. That's awesome. Like, having support like that it make you feel good. Let's see. Yo, hey man, leave me alone, man. Why you gotta make fun of me, Huntress? I love it, dog. I love it. Oh, Jim B. Yeah, y'all gonna make me misty and stuff. Oh, a live collab with me and Matt. Jeez, heck yeah, dude, I'm down for that. Once Matt feels like he's got that the StreamYard thing down and everything, I'll be down for that. Pick a topic, we could cut it up. We like mushy. Y'all like that sensitive stuff, huh? Man, I have to keep it balanced, right? Like, grew up very masculine, a lot of masculine men, very hard. But having I was always really, really good with my little sister. But when I had daughters, that man, that'll change you. That'll definitely change you. Be a little bit more emotional, a little bit more in your feels. Heck yeah. See, Matt says he's down for it. So as soon as you're ready to do that, we got to do that. Yo, hey, I was getting to that, Huntress. I was getting that. There's 22 people left. Y'all still chilling. Turtle Island tonight, guys. I'm out here in Cali. It's 5:52. Out here, Turtle Island says it's starting at 7:30. Yeah, it says it's starting at 7:30. I don't know what that is for you guys. But Turtle Island, man, show up. I don't know the lab that well, guys. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know him. No, I've just found him through Dolly. I've come to like him because of his comedy. His impersonations are awesome. I haven't really caught a lot of his content. So obviously, he's not getting my vote. Now, I love Auntie Rose. She's awesome. She reminds me of some of the women in my family. No filter. I love it. But Auntie Rose didn't put me up. She didn't put me up. Like our girl, TCCT, Carson. Now, Carson, I got some things to say about that one. If she's happy with Carson, I'm going to go with Carson. But it didn't make me... I was kind of pissed off that people harassed her so much that she changed her name. That kind of upset me. I ain't going to lie. But that girl got my vote. So hopefully everybody here that's watching this right now, hopefully you guys will be attending Turtle Island tonight. And hopefully y'all calling in for Dumpling. I understand you guys don't have to, but I just implore you, man. That girl worked her butt off. She's grown her channel. Like, she's good people, man. She's good people. I think she catches way too much crap. It seems like the good people catch a lot of crap on these YouTube streets. It's like you can't even make a mistake. If you're a likable person that's got like talent and character and you're good at this, like you can't mess up at all because people just want to run you down for life over just one thing. It just sucks. But I digress. Go vote for my girl. Go vote for her. What else you guys saying? Yeah, you guys gotta like get behind her tonight. It's like this is it, man. This is it for Turtle Island. Gotta rally behind my girl. Our girl. Muskrats unite. Hey, back row Becky. Hey, they can suck up all they want, chat, all right? It's cool. Yeah, man, I'm excited for Turtle Island Night. It's gonna be interesting. I like the fact that Dolly changed some stuff and made it to where you can't buy it out per se, like you could before. I think there should have been. It's not my game show. I can't really say much, but I feel like there should have been limitations on how much money could be interjected in for a win. Because this is basically like whoever has the biggest money pool contributor is gonna win, or whoever has the most money period is watching gets to just dictate who they want to win. So, but yeah, so everybody got to call in for my girl. And she ain't even here, I'm repping her. Yeah, right. No, I like Josh too. Like I said, I didn't really know him up until recently. Kind of started liking him over that comedy stuff that he did with Dolly. You know, the call-in impersonation stuff. Definitely, but he's got to go. He's got to go. Dumpling's got this. Dumpling's got to get this. Yeah, so I think the votes are just going to be, from what I understand, if I was listening correctly, all the votes are just call-in votes, but then you could still super chat. But I'm wondering if there's going to be a cap on that super chat. Because if he doesn't cap that super chat one way or another, like, yo, we all know some people with some deep pockets that are going to affect this. Yo, Jim B. Love it. I love you guys' sense of humor. You guys are awesome. Hey, but as much as, okay, check it out right now. I got 29 of y'all in here. I should have did it when I had closer to 40 people in here. But check it out. We all going to go vote for Dumpling. She's going to win this, right? But next season, it's going to come down to me and Huntress. I'll just let you guys know now. Mab, you might be in the mix too. I'm not sure who else is going to try to compete for this thing. But next season, I'm just let you know. This is going to be me and Huntress' game next season. Right, Huntress? Me and you. Don Michelle, they be trying to make me blush all the time. And you know what? It kind of works. Sometimes it's because I'll be out in the sun swimming and I just come in a little red. But then a lot of times too, you know, Sassy and the ladies be coming in and be saying stuff about my blue eyes and this and that, curly hair, and I'd just be like blushing. Let's see what else you guys are saying in chat. Jam the phone lines. Lindley's like thinking with some strategy right here. That's what I'm saying. Drop you an address? I'm gonna have to figure out how to get you an address now. That ain't no joke. I don't know if I feel like dropping the address right here on chat. I trust you all, but I don't know if I could trust the trolls that are gonna come watch the replay to clip me. I'll have to figure out a way to do that because I'm not playing. I've researched so much on the beekeeping. Like I would love to get some honey, some home raised honey. It's right. It's home raised, home produced. You don't produce it, so I don't know how you'd label that. But either way, I would love to get some of that. Yo, that's. I don't know how funny that would be to some people though, Map. I don't know if some people would think that would be too funny. Yo, Rose won. Yo, that would be a twist. That would be a twist for sure. Okay, so Tina's saying he's putting a cap on the pledge. I think that needs to happen. I think there should have been a cap the whole time though, guys. Like, I know the eggs are fun and everything, but I feel like there should have been a cap like per episode on how much money you could put towards eggs or super chats. There should have been some type of cap to keep it fair, man. Or else it's just it comes down to the person with the most money watching it. Like we can't all sit there and throw like a couple $100 to make sure the person we want to win wins. Let's see what else you guys saying. Y'all got some stuff to say tonight, man. Let's see. I'm going down, Huntress. Damn, I thought we could buddy up at the beginning, right? Like teamwork at the beginning. We could take the rest of them out. Because like I feel like out of all the content creators that they drop me and you in the woods, we pull off some Cavalcante shit, right? We'd be like surviving fine. So I figure if we like gang up on everybody early in the game, kick them off the island, they just come down to me and you. And then, you know what I mean? At that point, you're probably going to kick my ass because you've been around all these ladies longer. And let's face it, they're going to call and vote for you. But if I come down to second, you know what I mean? That'd be cool too. I'm just saying. Thank you, back row, Becky. Yo, that ain't no joke. Tonight he's going to need a call-in center. I feel like it would take him and PJ both answering phones tonight to like actually keep up with this. So it looks like Mab, it'll be me, Mab, and Huntress next season, guys. The three of us, we're gonna take everybody out the game, and it'll be a us three finale next year or next season, I mean. I'm still honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm still surprised I made it on Turtle Island for one. Shout out to Sam's Rock Collection and more. I don't know if you guys all know that. That's who got me on Turtle Island. Sam changed the whole trajectory of this channel by doing that, because it went from like this channel was slowly growing, like it was doing all right. But when Sam got me on Turtle Island, like it changed everything. So shout out to Sam. Another shout out. But I was surprised to make it that far. To get on there and make it that far, I know it's flying under the radar and everything. And then I was only upset because the person that like pretty much was my demise didn't even go look at my channel. Has never even seen my channel. Doesn't even know my content. I know the channel name is different and all that. But like, bro, if you're gonna vote me off, at least go look at my content. You know what I mean? It's pretty decent. I'm a small channel, but it's decent content. What else you guys saying? Yo, your business is DA Honey. Yo, I love it. Give me your address. Yo. Yo, I didn't even realize it. It's taking me a little bit to get through chat. Yo, so I'm just like getting to these things that you guys are saying. Y'all crazy. How about those digits? Y'all are sleuths. Y'all true crime sleuths. I'm sure y'all could figure some stuff out. You search hard enough. Just saying, y'all. It's you guys' hobby to search out information. I figured by now some troll would already like dox my ass. So I think my mom's already doxed my name on here on the lives. I'm pretty positive. That, and then like if you're friends with me on Facebook, you're just straight up see my name. There's ways you can figure it out, guys. I'm just saying, you could probably figure it out. I have faith in you women. Y'all can figure some stuff out. Trust, I know. I've been in enough relationships and I have daughters, so y'all can figure some stuff out. Yo, your responses, yo, in chat are the best. As soon as Map gets feeling proficient with that StreamYard, he's gonna get some true crime popping. We're gonna get up there with him. We're gonna get it rolling, get him comfortable. And the next thing you know, Map's gonna be going live all the time. He's gonna be going live so much that it'll be like Miss Map's gonna be like, y'all created a monster. Pat Gaines, I know Dolly sent a lot of you all over here. Like I said, Sam got me on the island, and it was weird too. Like big ups to Dolly. Like I know I've said it before, but he doesn't really post other people's stuff, right? Like I got on the game show, and he doesn't really repost people's stuff on his community page. Yo, he gave me a shout out and reposted my video like on the community page. And after that, like y'all showed up. So I'll always be appreciative for that. Like that's why I rock with him. That's why I've defended him in videos and stuff. Yes, thanks, Sam. Yo, like Sam was telling me too, like I called in, I got you in. I didn't find out till the day after. I fell asleep during Turtle Island. And the next day I wake up to one of the messages on my one of my videos, Sam saying like, hey, I called in. And I went and clipped that little section where Sam had called in for me and got me on. I was like, what? Can't believe it. It was crazy. Miss Jeannie Ange, yep. I know you found me on Turtle Island. Even though I was kicking around in chat for a while before Turtle Island popped off, I was around. I was floating in the pond. V's, you're killing me. Yo, you kid. You're gonna have the trolls clipping this, and then they're gonna be holding like you know, like little cards that tell you what shade of color it is. They're gonna be like holding it red shades up to my face to see what color of red y'all make me turn. Bees, yes. Raw honey, indeed. And do I have Messenger? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Bees. Oh, back row Becky says she know my name. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. You guys are the best, man. You got yourself on the island, man? You got in the back door of the season, you just kicked the back door in and was like, I'm here. I'm here. Say something. Bro, I'm gonna give you props to you, man. You handled all the crap talking people gave you like a boss. You did. Everybody gave you a hella hard time, and you took it like a man. I give you props for that stuff. You guys are so wild in chat. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Yo, I know, Miss Sassy. I know. Miss Sassy's the first one to give me a nickname. Y'all, she's the first one to give me a nickname. Oh, Jennifer B, I think you were there when my mom dropped my name. It's true. It's true. You got to promote yourself for sure. I mean, I guess I could have been more aggressive. I mean, I couldn't really link my stuff in chat. I mean, just being active in chat with everybody, I felt like was like the best way to, you know, promote myself. Outside of that, like I tried my best. I tried to get people I knew that subscribed to me to vote. I try to get my kids to vote. Like, yo, when you don't have a whole lot of support in your real life, you know what I mean, doing this YouTube thing, you ain't getting a lot of people calling in. So it comes down to the subscribers, really. So Matt found me. Most people here that are here right now found me through Turtle Island. And this last 2 weeks, we picked up like a little over 100 new subscribers, and I think those came from live streaming from JLR. But yeah, a lot of people from Turtle Island and Dolly, most definitely. And then not only Turtle Island Dolly, but like I said, Miss Carson, she has repped the hell out of me in her lives. Like she has sent like all of her people over to me. So if you didn't hear from me with Dolly and Turtle Island, definitely heard about me over with the Muskrats or even Huntress. She hasn't been live very many times, but if I'm in there, dude, she lets people know. Let's see what else y'all saying. Let's see. So this went into like Delphi to just like, yo, we just creator questions, I guess. Jimpy, Matt backdoor, huh? You crawled in through the basement window. Yo, yeah, Matt did good though, for real. For real. Yo, Miss Donna, I know it's cool. Like I've got to meet people. It's crazy. Out of like all the circles, true crime circles, like we could have like ran in and met, right? We're running a circle that's more people are based towards the east than us. So yeah, when I saw that you're literally in the same city as me, I was like, what the hell? That's crazy. What a coincidence. But it's cool because like, you know, anytime we're in chat, like we could like, I don't know, we have perspectives on things because of where we're from. They're similar. It's pretty cool. Pat Gaines, I appreciate that. Man, you guys are really trying to change the color on my face. Y'all are really trying to get that red skin out, all right? I'm already tan as it is, right? I get that like reddish bronzy thing because I'm like, you know, that European and Cherokee mix. So I already get that color, and then y'all are starting like messing with the blush. Yo, like yeah, you know what, too? I believe that, Jeannie Ange. I know I'm very familiar with his with men like him. I grew up around plenty of men like him. So and my family, if the men and my family ain't messing with you, ain't picking on you, yo, they ain't got nothing to say. They don't like you. Like if they ain't saying something negative in a funny way, you probably ain't liked very well. That's probably why I like him. Yo, right, I am looking like a cherry. Between my tan and y'all saying all those things, those nice, sweet things, got your boy blushing. Oh, it was turned into a game for you, it looks like. All right, let's see. Yo, trust me, I got love for the muskrats for sure. And that's another thing too. Miss Carson, let's see. No, she's the second one. Huntress is actually the first one to give me my very first wrench. And then Miss Carson was the second one to give me my wrench too. But yeah, definitely I definitely feel love when I'm over the muskrats. Or Huntresses, which is kind of the same clique, right? It's all this pretty much the same clique. Bees. Said your name. Yo, you get that too, though, Michelle? You get that Cherokee blush? Oh, man, I can't. Yo, if I drink too, oh, it's so bad. Like, I turn so damn red. It's horrible. It's so horrible. Red looks great with the blue. I'm in luck then, man. I'm in luck. I'm in luck. That's part of why I like you too, Map, is like I saw how you were with Dolly. Like you're proficient with your conversation, right? You seem to know quite a bit on a lot of topics. You always have some pretty good takes. But the way that you deal with his picking, and it just, yeah, it's solid. I was like, I like that guy. New Candy Crush. Blue-eyed turtle moose rat. For real, that's good. Back row Becky, I like that one. Oh, that's good. I believe you, Ginny Ange. The way he is with the map, you can tell he's quite fond of map. Yeah, no, definitely funny, dude. He is an entertainer and a half. Yo, where'd that go? Genie Edge, that is so funny. Oh, your brother gets to pick on you. Yeah, blue-eyed cherry bomb. Yeah, I get y'all or something else. I love you guys. You guys are too much. All right, man. That's it, guys. I think I've rolled all the way through chat. I think we've covered everything that I have for us to cover on this. I'm excited. We got about an hour and a half till Turtle Island pops off. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up though. Got some stuff to do before I catch that Turtle Island. I'm sure y'all got some stuff to do too before Turtle Island pops off. But man, I appreciate you guys being here. It was another awesome live. Amazing conversation. Thank you, Judy Anch. Thank you for that. Don't forget to hit that button, all those buttons. And yeah, man, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. I don't know if we've cleared up anything about this, if we have any clear views on this situation. I'll stop what I'm saying real quick. Tennessee sweetheart, she got a point. She got a point. She the reason. All right, guys, but I'm gonna wrap it up. But anyways, I hope you guys had a good one. Hope some things are a little bit more clear. Who knows? We'll jump back into this. The more stuff comes out, there's more stuff to cover. But that being said, guys, it's your boy, the Piscine Predator, aka TPP, baby. Till next video, I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.